What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Cleveland Cavaliers fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. It's a Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern. What is this? Spurs on early in the day? Well, it's an East Coast game, so that's how it goes. And hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. It is snowing like nobody's business here in the Northeast where I am. So if you're out there in New England, be safe. And we're doing a play-by-play, live reaction, scoreboard. Excuse me. And most of the gangs out here, it's myself, Selena, Grogu hiding out in the back, and Baby Coyote doing his thing up here watching the game. And let's see if this Spurs can get a win today. This is not going to be an easy game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, hey, we'll do our best. And if you're watching football as well, enjoy the game. My team doesn't play until 4:30, so this actually worked pretty good with the Giants playing the Eagles later in the afternoon. I can watch the Spurs now and then watch the Giants later. Hopefully it's not the traditional TSR Sports Sunday where both the Spurs and Giants lose on the same day. That's happened quite a bit in my lifetime. Good evening, Glaze and Baking. Honesty, Sarbust. Sebastian, Spur of the moment. Hopefully you're all having a great weekend, but it's Sunday already. The weekend's almost over. It went by really fast, but usually what weekends do, right? Weekdays and work days, school days go by really slow, and then the weekend gets here, and then here and gone just like that. Ron, a good afternoon to you. Boudet, good afternoon. By the way, if you not hit the thumbs up, you know I got to ask for that. It's the easiest way to support a channel, and it helps grow the channel and bring more people in.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
Make sure to like, and if you're a Spurs fan, subscribe. Or if you're a sports fan, or just like hanging out. What plane for next year? What plane? Southwest Airlines? Good evening. Good afternoon. I'm so used to saying good evening. Good afternoon, Beavis. Joshua. Jose Alvarado is a free agent point guard. Is he a free agent? We still need to get the exemption for Charles Bassey, don't we? I believe that. I don't know if that went through yet, so I don't think we can sign a player yet. I haven't looked into that. Thank you, Jacob. Yes, Young, let's get this win indeed. Well, hey, Brian. Well, thank you, old man. And, well, Jared Allen versus Victor Wembanyama should be an interesting matchup today. This Spurs, I believe, are good to go except for Zach Collins. I looked at the injury report about an hour ago and looked like everybody was probable, so that's a good thing for our guys. I'm rooting for a Spurs win, more of a Giants win. Booty, I'd like to see both win. And if anybody knows in the chat, I believe the Eagles are resting all their starters. They have absolutely nothing to play for. I believe the Cowboys have already pretty much locked up the division. Or, no, maybe it's a game time decision. If the Cowboys lose today, the Eagles will play their starters. If the Cowboys win, then the Cowboys win the division, and I don't know. Jacob, I hope Wemby plays extremely well today. And Brian, my weekend's been pretty good. I've been getting a lot of stuff done. Spent the weekend alone this weekend. We had the inclement weather coming, so myself and Miss TSR decided we're going to stay in our respective homes, and she's got a lot of stuff done, and I'm very productive after this stream. I plan on getting in the music studio to record the vocals for Wemby in the Name Of. I wanted to do it earlier today, but the snowstorm caused me to kind of have to shuffle my day a little bit. Got the Giants game at 4:30. I'm going to list some stuff on Greg's list, work on some videos for the channel, and then after that, maybe watch a movie and Xbox and just chill and be ready to go back to work tomorrow. Blech. Sorry about that. Hope not. Okay. I'm familiar with the player, Joshua, but I don't remember his game and if it would work with our guys. I will never, ever, Phil, root for the Eagles, the Cowboys, or the whatever they are now. I don't know what Washington's. They're the Commanders now. There's talk about maybe going back to their old name. I'll just call them Washington. It would have to be an extreme circumstance. And I did root for the Eagles to beat the Patriots way back when they had Donovan McNubb, only because I couldn't stand the Patriots, and it hurt me to do that. But I just hated the Patriots a little more. At this very point in time, though, I just dislike everybody in the NFC East. Just because, being a Giants fan, I have to. So I probably would not root for any team in the NFC East. There's nobody I have a desire to see lose like I did the Patriots, because the Giants had the Patriots rivalry, of course. 6 o'clock in the morning, Drawling Chung, you are on it. Ricardo, I'm still looking for Tony Parker jerseys. The one jersey I was bidding on, I got outbid on by quite a bit. It was an NBA Finals edition jersey, and I was hoping to keep it under 75, and it went for like 140. I should have known it would have gone for over 100. The guy still had the sticker, the price tag on it, the original Mitchell and Ness price tag, and it was like a $300 jersey. So yeah, there is that. Max Drews is like one off for 30. Yeah, he did. You hate him, he's not your team. You love him if he is. That's fair. I'm neutral on the Green Bay Packers, Ricardo. I mean, they were fun to watch when Brett Favre was there and when Aaron Rodgers was there, but I really don't have any feelings one way or the other. When the Giants played him in the playoffs, of course, I rooted for my team, but they're one of many teams that I'm neutral on. Snow, William, the snow was weird this morning. My girlfriend said she had 6 inches, and I had under 2. Because I texted her, like, this storm was a joke. It's still storming now, and it's dropping another 1.5 to 2 inches, which, whatever. But I really was expecting to wake up to 6 inches or a foot, and I went out and was like, I mean, some of my driveway was cleared just from, maybe from the driveway being hot. The sun really hits my house and my driveway during the day, so maybe that was still warm, and when the snow fell on it, it is starting to accumulate a little bit, but I shoveled this morning to try to stay ahead of it. I don't like it, some people just wait until it's done snowing, and then you got like, a foot of snow to shovel. I'd rather just shovel in increments, so that way it never gets too heavy, and I can keep it under control. We did. I gotta think, cheers, old mate. I gotta think Trey Jones might be starting in, unless Malachi Branham's good to go, and then Pop might be starting him again. And I like Trey, and I know it's hard on him at the end of the game against the Bucks. It was frustrating to lose that way. And Chetty Osman's a much better three-point shooter. I don't know why Trey Jones was in the game at that point. And Champagnie hadn't hit a 3 all game, was shooting bricks, but he's still a better three-point shooter as well than Trey Jones. So I was really kind of questioning that lineup at the end of the game. Like, we got Jones out there, and yes, Sohan's been hitting some threes this year, but he's been very inconsistent. I don't think that was the best lineup to get us to win at the end of the game. We should have had our best three-point shooters out there, and quite frankly, Wemmy's not a great three-point shooter, although he does hit big threes when we need them. Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama. Trey Jones is in the lineup. I didn't hear the national anthem. Allison, good evening. Good afternoon to you. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm probably going to say good evening a lot because that's what I'm used to saying during Spurs streams, but it's 1 p.m. Eastern where I am, so it's nowhere close to being the evening. William, you got about 6? Okay. So probably about the same thing we have. Maybe just a lot of mine melted. I don't know. Yes, F the snow. Looks like Miss Gomez is your long-term. Yes, she is, Rolling Chung. We were trying some different guests. Didn't quite work out. Injury report. Charles Bassey. That injury report was on the screen for like a second. Come on now. You got to give people a chance to read it. I heard that Wemby was the first to go over to Trey and offer support after the end of the game. 20 years old and already. Yes, I did see something like that. And Trey Jones was obviously distraught about missing the 3. I like Trey. I know people say you're so critical of him on the channel. I say I like him. I just don't think he's our starting point guard of the future. But he is our starting point guard for the now. If he can turn into a solid three-point shooter, 35 to 40%, doesn't have to be great, then he probably could be a starter. But that lack of a 3 is going to kill our floor spacing. And teams now are literally daring him to shoot the 3. Just leave him open. And if he starts hitting a couple, teams will have to respect him. But at this point, he's missed, 12 or 13 in a row? They're daring him to shoot, and right now he's missing them. 70, thanks, Joshua. 70 in Florida. Oh, boy. Rich, check out my last comment. Phil, you're probably better just to copy and paste the comment in there because I don't know where it went. I hope Wembanyama, Allison needs a draft every day. Jay Pierce, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, Landon. Yeah, David, I can agree with that. I believe it was Collins and Bassey. Yes, Collins and Bassey are out. Bassey's out for the year. Zach Collins is out for a few more weeks. I couldn't see the Cleveland Cavaliers report. I know Darius Garland is out. I think they have 2 more players out with injury. I don't know who it is, though. It did, Darling. It did. Isabel, good afternoon to you, or good evening where you are. You can actually hang out, and it's not a crazy time for you. It's, 7 p.m. where you are, 6 p.m.? I can't remember if you're 5 or 6 hours ahead. Yes, an early afternoon win. You know what? This would be a great way to finish my weekend. A Spurs win in the early afternoon, and then a Giants win in the afternoon. And then I get a lot of stuff done. And hopefully, hopefully I don't yell at all during the stream, I can record the song I've been telling you guys about for like 2 weeks now. More Barlow. Mitchell, Strus, Okoro, Wade, Allen. Mitchell, Strus. That's what I have as well, J Money. Thank you very much. That's a starting lineup I put, and that's what they are going with, so that certainly helps. It's a very weird 1 p.m. stream. It's totally thrown me off, Landon. I have said good evening so many times already, and it's not, it could be the evening where some of you are, but it's probably the afternoon where most of you are. I looked for the custom jersey kiosk at the Bucks game. Staff said it was an independent contract. It was probably not coming back this season. But you don't have to do a custom. I know you mentioned doing that. We have so many jerseys on the wall, and you've contributed to that one, and another viewer's contributed to that one. So you guys have been more than generous. And then, of course, it's a Keldon Johnson jersey in my closet I wear on occasion. I love that jersey, but you have been so kind. we are definitely good on the jerseys right now, my friend. But I'm glad you got to see a great game. That was awesome. It's 7 p.m. here. Okay, I get to eat dinner while watching your channel. Yes, Sterling Sohan is back to his normal spot at power forward, and I've been talking about that a little bit on the channel that maybe he'll do better at that spot. But I think that point guard experiment really threw off his game. Maybe messed with his confidence a little bit. For whatever reason this year, he's missing a lot of shots at the rim, a lot of little jumpers, little layups. He's had some bad luck too. They've been on the rim, they've gone around the rim, they roll out of the rim, whatever it is. He just hasn't had a break with those type of shots. His three-point shooting has improved significantly over last year. He's been up and down defensively like most of the team. His growth has not been like it was last year from start to finish. So hopefully as the season progresses, with Wemby now playing center and him being a power forward, we see him, kind of fit into the lineup and do the things he can do a little better. OC, I'm glad Collins is out. I'm not glad he's injured, but this shows us that Wemby is much, this team I think can be much better with him at the 5 than Zach Collins. I like Zach. Defensively, he doesn't the team struggles defensively anyway, but I think Zach is better off the bench than in the starting lineup. Or did they have the wrong looking Devin in the starting lineup at your boy Rico? Did they have a wrong picture for him? Especially productive on defense regarding his position. Yep. Oh, all right. So we are almost ready to start the game. Let me fix this just a little. I always do that. I always mean to fix it, and then I make it disappear. And there we go. Players are on the court. And away we. I'm excited. Hope you're excited. If you haven't done so, make sure to thumbs up, like, and subscribe.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Ballo. Is he doing okay? He got whacked in the head. Is he clear today? I think I saw his problem. And the tip is won by the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell will bring it up for the Cavaliers, and the Spurs are going to have our hands full with him. And Jeremy Sohan is going to be the one tasked with guarding Donovan Mitchell. And Jared Allen goes for a huge one-handed dunk, and it bounces off the rim. He misses it. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Cleveland. Mitch with the ball again. Nice behind-the-back pass to Dean Wade. 4 on the shot clock for the Cavs. Now we're just going to have a long 3 launched, and that is no good by Max Strus. Wemby with the rebound. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, fresh zero. Evan Mobley's out. That's right. Evan Mobley and Darius Garland are out for the Cavs, and I think one more player. Who's got a little sad face? Why can't that... Oh, penalty QB can shoot. Devin with the ball right now. Going to drive. Pull-up jumper is good. He just made a shot. He hit the first bucket of the game. It means Devin can't shoot anymore. Spurs up 2-0. First basket. First basket. Or basket. Whatever. Did Wemby get part... Did he block part of that Allen dunk? It'd be great if he did. I'd see Wemby throw down another 5 or 6 blocks today. Wemby pokes the ball out of bounds. That's going to stay with the Cavaliers. 2.7 seconds on the shot clock. Remember to drop a thumbs up, Rich, everyone. Lele guards, on points por Rich at TSR. I don't know what I just said, but thank you. Jerome. Thank you, J Money. This game can just end right now, and the Spurs win 2-0. How's that sound? Donovan Mitchell just going to launch the jumper at the buzzer, and it's no good. Jeremy Sohan with the rebound. Jeremy will bring it up for the Spurs. Alley-oop to Wemby, and Wemby's going to miss the shot, but he was fouled. Basket. Okay. Fair enough, penalty cuber. First basket, great. You guys are going to let me live that one down, are you? Yes, Lance, she is snowbound today. She's just going to be at her house today. I'll be at my house. We haven't actually seen each other for a while. We haven't gotten together since Wednesday. Let's go over. Did I go over Wednesday night to Thursday morning? Yeah, this is actually one of our longest breaks in recent memory. It happens. Hi, good morning to you. Wemby's first free throw was good. Landon, if the Cowboys win, I think the Eagles are resting all their starters because the division will be locked up. They'll have nothing to play for. They don't want to get, they don't want to get somebody injured going to the playoffs. So that the Giants might just win because the Eagles are playing all their backups. And again, the Giants might find a way to blow that too. Veronica, good afternoon to you. Well, Tucson66, thank you for watching from France. To all my Friends watching in America, France, across the seas, Asia, wherever you may be, thank you for being a friend. Bum, bum, bum. Jarrett Allen misses a layup in the paint. Spurs ball. Wemby will bring it up. Wemby out three-point land, starts to drive, gets into the paint. Really barreling into Jarrett Allen, puts his shoulder down. Can't get the layup, though. Nice move by Wemby, just couldn't quite finish it in the paint. Cavs ball, they are still looking for their first basket. Jarrett Allen drives in the paint, gets rejected. We're going to have a whistle. If we win the Giants, it doesn't. Okay, Landon. It's your boy Rico. I don't think he's going to average 5 at the end of the season. Somebody made a good point on the Spurs Facebook group about how Wemby's averaging 3 blocks a game this year, granted limited minutes. David Robinson averaged about 4. The game has changed a lot with so much more three-point shooting and less attacking the rim. 2 free throws for the Cavs. The first one's good for Allen. So it's going to be harder, I think, in today's NBA to average 4 to 5 blocks simply because players aren't going to the paint as much. They're just chucking threes a lot more as opposed to the 90s where there were significantly less threes and players were attacking the rim a heck of a lot more, taking shots in the paint. Yes, the Jesus sandals out. Hurts is playing. Oh, okay, J-Money. Devin with the ball, free throw line jumper. Devin starting the game 2 for 2. Intimidator badge. Yes, attack the rim. Yes, penalty cuber. The Steph Curry effect on the game. Speaking of threes, that 3 is no good. I believe that was Donovan Mitchell for 3. It is Spurs ball. Devin Vassell will bring it up for San Antonio. He's just going to launch a 3 himself. Devin's feeling it. Who was saying Devin can't shoot? He's 3 of 3 to start the game. He got 7 points. He's feeling it right now. That's right, the Cavs having to call the timeout. Ooh, huge collision. Max Strus and Jeremy, you don't mess with the Sohan collide, and both go down, and I think that might be on the Sohan. Gabriel, good afternoon to you. Bude, if Dev goes for 40 today, that would be awesome. Because I believe his career high is 36 that he achieved this year against, was it the Lakers? He had 36, and then he had 34. Was it 34 in his last game on an extremely efficient night? That shot is no good. It is Spurs ball. All right, 9-2. Good start. Just got to hold it for 48 minutes. Wemby with the pass into Trey Jones. Jones reverse layup is good. And that's still no timeout by the Cavaliers. I'm shocked they're not calling a timeout with the Spurs being up 11-2. I'm like ready to stop the clock for a timeout. No timeout. Another 3 from the Cavs. No good. To get the ball back. Max Strus had missed a 3. Strus with the ball again. He kicks it. Nope, they go around the world for a corner 3. It's like a curl for 3. I mean, eventually if you throw up 10 threes, one of them's going to go in, right? Which is why the NBA teams launch so many threes. It's an analytics thing. Devin with the ball again. He's going to start to drive, gets into the paint, throws up a layup. Devin Vassell. Timeout's right there, Landon. There's a timeout. Yes, Landon, everybody does think that they're Steph Curry. Steph is the greatest three-point shooter of all time, and I'm glad we've got to see him play. It did have one negative effect, though, with teams just launching threes left and right. And I mentioned it's an analytics thing. So if you take 102-point shots and hit 50% of them, or not 100, let's say you take 52 pointers and hit, no, keep it at 100, keep it at 100, just make easy math. You hit half your 102 pointers, so you score 100 points, right? You take 100 three-pointers and say you only hit 35%. That's 105 points. So statistically speaking, even though you're hitting less shots with your three-pointers, you have a better chance of scoring more, and that's why we see the amount of threes just going up, up, and up. And I'm not a big fan of it. You guys have been here long enough. What I don't like is when, we'll say the Spurs and Cavs. Spurs, three-pointer, miss. Cavs run up, three-pointer, miss. Spurs run up, three-pointer. So when it comes a back-and-forth three-point shooting contest, or the fast break 3. You have a fast break, you have a 3-on-1, but look, three-pointer. What? That drives me nuts. You have an easy guaranteed 2, but you're launching a 3 on a fast break. So, T209, you do realize that you are in here too, so just throwing out there if you're going to criticize people with the blue wrench. I got to play to contribute to our Spurs, pass the ball. Wide open Wemby. How many 30-point games do you think Wemby going to have this season? It's your boy Rico. I think he's either had 2 or 3. And I expect it's going to depend on his minutes too. and health. I'd like to see him get at least 10. Every game when I join in, I don't even look at the scoreboard, just how wide Rich's smile tells me whether the Spurs are leading or not. No, Landon, not every can be Steph Curry or Reggie Miller or Larry Bird. I'm going through the decades there. Ray Allen, going through the decades of great three-point shooters and how the game has changed so much. Where Larry Bird was a great three-point shooter at the end of his career, or quite a few of the last few years of his career, but he only took like 3 threes a game. And now Steph takes what, 9 or 10 more? Is Steph Curry averaging 10? I can look that up. We have a chance coming back from the timeout. Look up Steph Curry. See if we can get Steph real quick. All right, Steph Curry. The last 4 years, Steph Curry is averaging almost 12 threes a game by himself. For his career, he averages 9.1. Wow. That's more than, I think, teams shot collectively in the 90s. Wow, has the game changed. 13-5, Spurs are up by 8. It is Cleveland ball. Donovan Mitchell out in three-point land, going to launch the three. Misses a three. Just as I was talking about launching threes, he launches one. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. Wemby into the paint. Almost loses the ball. Victor still has it into the post. And does lose the ball. And Max Strus tried to kick it out and kicked it right into Max Strus' hands. Turnover for the Spurs. Max going to drive. Gets it to Allen. Allen in the paint. Blocked, but we have a whistle, and I'm going to get my clock correct. I'm a little behind. Thank you, Veronica. She says, everyone smash that like button. What's this music baloney? Put your thumb in it. This guy is weird with the Selena pick. Coming from a channel that's name is Put Your Thumb in It. I don't know where you're putting your thumb. What's happening hand over fist? 2 free throws for Jared Allen again. Selena Gomez is a Spurs fan. So I'm assuming you're not a Spurs fan because you would already know that.
When you're ready, come and get it.
Made them both 13-7. She's my co-host. Everybody needs a good co-host. Does he have 2 fouls already? Honestly, it's kind of worried he already had 2. Sohan with the ball. I'm going to get it to nobody. You're going to drive in the paint. Take an off-balance shot. It goes in. And one. All right. Bacano, good afternoon to you. Hand over fist. I hope we get a win. What are the Spurs on right now? 4-game losing streak, 5-game losing streak? There's been a lot of losing streaks this year. None as bad as the Detroit Pistons, but we did have our own 18-game losing streak in there, which was a franchise record. Jeremy Sohan's one-handed free throw is good. It is 16-7. Spurs are 6 of 7 from the field. The Cavs are starting only 1 of 9, and a lot of those are 3-point attempts. Donovan Mitchell into the paint. Throws it out. Max Strus for 3. 3-point shooting contest. He's in foul trouble, Phil. He's got 2 fouls, so I can't complain about him being pulled out. Dominic Barlow's in the game, though, for Dominic Barlow fans. Vassell misses his first shot of the game. Tough shot in the paint. Hits the front of the rim. No good. It is Cavaliers ball. It is 16-10. Under 7 minutes to go. Strus for 3 again. No good. Devin with the rebound. 3-point. The Cavaliers are they just... Champagny he pulled the line, he stepped out of bounds. How many times is going to happen in the Spurs this year where guys got the ball and he just steps out of bounds like a bonehead? No, Ben and Drake, she's not underage. It's from like 2014. She's probably 20, 21. She's not underage. I've seen pictures, well, of course, there's pictures of her where she's under 18. I would not want to put one of those up. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Champagny. No, obviously, he's not going to play the rest of the first quarter. 2 turnovers for the Spurs, none for the Cavaliers. Strus with the ball again. I thought he was going to launch a 3. He drives in the paint. Passes it out to Wade. Wade for 3. No good. Rebound by Isaac Okoro, and the Spurs just still, for years now, we've been saying, box out. They just give up a lot of second chance opportunities. Mitch won a nice dribbling display. He'll pass it out. The 3-point attempt is no good. And finally, the Spurs grab a rebound. Just how many threes have the Cavs taken already? I think they've taken more 3-point shots than 2-point shots. Champagny with right now for the Spurs. 14 on the shot clock. Over to Jeremy Sohan. Back to Trey Jones. Jones passes it to Jared Allen. Is trying to lead Sohan. Led him way too much. That's a turnover for San Antonio. As Mitch goes coast to coast, gets the layup, 16-12. Clement Chardon, 2 fouls. I think his minutes restriction is over, but he's got 2 early fouls. Trey Jones' jumper is good. Red dress Selena, please. I know the way you're talking about, gal. She is in her 30s now with your boy Rico. Yeah, she's like 30, 31. I think you mean the picture here is when she was underage. It's not. I mean, when she was in her 20s, she did look young, though. She's finally starting to look a little more her age. But back in the day, yeah, she looked young. So nice steal by Dominic Barlow. Spurs ball, 18-12, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Trey Jones with the ball right now for San Antonio. Looks to get over to Sohan. Sohan's wide open for 3. Pulls it down, drives to the paint. Back to Jones. He thinks about a 3 and pulls it down. Okay. Now there's 5 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Devin Vassell with the ball. Double covered out to Sohan. Sohan's finally going to launch an open 3. Now look, I don't like the team chucking 3s, but if you're wide open, sometimes you got to take it. Yes, you can, Mr. Scott Crotch. You can get a go, Spurs go. It's actually 2. Vassell for 3 down the other end after the turnover by the Cavaliers, and they're call a timeout, and the Spurs are up 24-12. Vassell's having a fantastic first quarter. First last, I didn't actually see it. Toby, good afternoon. So if it wasn't a foul, maybe he should have challenged it. For whatever reason, the Spurs decided not to. Dev is on fire. Please don't post what's happening before it. Yes, if you are new to the channel, first of all, thank you for coming here. I watch this on NBA League Pass on my Roku, so because of the nature of that, I'm generally a little behind you guys, especially if you're watching on cable, so please don't put anything in the chat until it's announced on the channel. Like if I say Wemby for 3, and you saw Wemby hit a 3, that's the time to put in the chat Wemby hit a 3. Won't be surprised if Barlow starts within 2 years. Wow. Zhongling, he's been shooting around 38% this year. He's doing better. Albert says, Champagne makes me long for the days of KBD. I gotta say, he has been not so good as a starter, Champagne. I believe the other night he had 0 points, played like 20 minutes and had 0. In a game that we could have won against Milwaukee. So with 0 points from one of your starters, not going to get the job done. Yes, he's your boy, Rico. Doug Funny, I hope you are funny. Thank you for stopping in. Leaning with it. I need to poo. Okay. Yes, Toby. When Doug... I got Doug on my head now. When Devin is shooting like this, the Spurs are a much more difficult team to deal with. I don't know, first last. Somebody else mentioned in the chat that they weren't... The fouls were suspect. KBD a lot better than Champagne. Champagne played 20 games last season. You can't really judge that. He was excellent in the Summer League. The preseason, I believe he dipped a little bit, and then he wasn't playing at all this year, and then just kind of got thrown into the starting lineup. As a starter, I believe he's been very inconsistent. Bacano, that's fair. I would agree. When Devin Vassell's on, you have a very good... If Wemby and Devin are on, which would be our current Batman and Robin, if you will, then the team can win a lot of games. Fortunately, both haven't had both men on, and really actually need the rest of the team to play well, not just them two. It needs to be a team effort. Doug getting traded at the deadline for what, a second-round pick, though? And yes, Bude. Yes, the Spurs have this year played generally well in the first half. The third quarter, they are, last I knew, the worst third-quarter team in the NBA. Somebody pulled up a stat the other night, or maybe some point earlier last week, that the Spurs, right now, at this moment in time, are the second worst third-quarter team in NBA history. I don't know if that's true or not. That's pretty bad, and not a place you want to be at the end of the season. Blake and Malachi... I feel out Blake and Malachi. Jeremy will be the best out of... Not sure what you mean. Do you think Jeremy will be the best out of those three? Zach, keep me updated, or keep us updated if anything big happens in the NFL. Doug will retire Spurt. No, he won't, J Money. No, he won't. It is Cavs ball right now. And that's a missed shot. I couldn't see who shot it because the NBA League Pass is doing this thing I hate the most where they show somebody getting interviewed and they squish the game down. Okay, finally back to the full screen game, and it makes it difficult to call a game when you can't see the opposing team very well. Vassell pull-up jumper on the paint, no good. Barlow swats the rebound over to Osman. Spurs ball. 10 on the shot clock. Trey Jones way out in three-point land. Pick and roll with Chetty Osman. Nope. No pick, no roll. Jones just going to actually drive in the paint. Throws up the high layup. Trey Jones being aggressive, and the Spurs are up by 14. Are we 3 of 3 from 3? Zach, my dad's doing great. 26-12, but can they keep this going for 36 more minutes? Well, 39 more minutes. That's the question. Spurs have been terrible at finishing what they started this year. It is Cavs ball. George Nang going to drive, throws it up off the glass. Good. But Connor, I feel like Wemby plays up to his competition. Like I feel like when he's going against a big name, not that he's not been playing well here, but I think he played. It gives him a little extra. Not turnover by the Spurs. We haven't been turning the ball over quite a bit in the first quarter. William says, "Heard this season the Spurs are the worst team after drafting." Yes, I heard that too, William. They have the worst record out of any team that's ever had a number 1 overall pick. I hope that changes. I don't want that attached to Wemby's career. I mean, granted, if they end up winning a title with him, it's not going to matter. But you don't want that on your resume if possible. Buddha, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. It is Cavs ball. Karis LeVert is in the game now for the Cavs. He's going to drive in the paint and almost turns the ball over. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Dominic Barlow. It's going to stay with the Cavaliers. They have 9 on the shot clock. Jacksonville loses. They are eliminated from the playoffs. Got it. The last game we won, I was wearing the Spurs poncho my sister bought me. I'm wearing it right now, and we're winning, although I'm going to keep on it even though it looks stupid. You're wearing a poncho indoors? Malachi Branham is in, is he? I guess he is. Kelvin Johnson's also checked in for San Antonio. Sam Merrill with pull-up jumper. Good. 26-16. Because he's 20 now? I'd like to see him get 30 minutes a game or more, Isabel. I mean, David Robinson's rookie year, I think Timmy as well. I think they both got like 38 to 39 minutes, but they were also much older, so different situation. Kellen's runner in the paint's going to bounce around a few times and go in. Oh, is that a 3? My apologies. I missed a 3-pointer by the Cavs. I thought I didn't see that it was a 3. Don Mitchell with the ball, going to drive in the paint, passes it out. Another 3 from the Cavs. And that is no good. Man, they are taking a ridiculous amount of threes. I'm going to check their stats if I remember after the first quarter. I feel like they've taken at least 10 threes already in this game. Maybe more. Denisell spins around in the paint and loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Spurs. They have 6 on the shot clock. Robinson for 71 yards. Touchdown, 14-7 Falcons. Itchy Poncho. Nice. They're 3 of 12. They've taken 12 threes already. They're on pace to take almost 50 at your boy Rico. And thank you for pulling that set. And there's still 2 minutes left. They could take another 3 or 2. Yep. Wesley and Branham in there. Soyan was in there. We'd have all of our 2022 draft class on the floor at the same time. Just saying. Osman for 3. Shot clock was expiring. That was Brick City by Chetty. Not so good. It is Cavs ball. Why don't you launch another 3? Just saying. This little jumper in the paint is good by Tristan Thompson. Ivy's shooting threes versus Spurs too. Well, that's fair, William. Kellen's going to drive in the paint and almost turns the ball over. Nice save by Blake Wesley. Blake wearing some highlighter shoes. Blake going to drive baseline, gets over to Barlow. Barlow back to Osman. Osman takes off into the paint. The little runner. Good. Spurs have gotten to 30. And we're actually going to keep an opponent under 30, barring a Tracy McGrady-like miracle in the last minute by the Cavs. If you know, you know. I think a lot of you do. Another 3 by the Cavs, and that's an air ball. Actually, it was blocked by Kelvin. Teddy Osman gets it around to Branham. He's open for 3. No good. Branham rocking the headband, so he's got headband power today. Under a minute to go. Another 3 by the Cavs. And this one is good by Sam Merrill. Oh my God, what's that, 14 threes? They're going to take over 50. Ugh. Yeah, Tristan Thompson, Adrian. Jared, good afternoon to you. Blake Wesley with the ball, 12 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Out to Kelvin Johnson, 30-22. Spurs with an 8-point lead. 7 on the shot clock. Kelvin crossover dribble, drives into the paint. Throws it up high off the glass. Wow, top shot by Kelvin. Nicely done. Maybe not the shot we were looking for, but it went in. There's about a half-second differential between the shot clock and game clock, so the Cavaliers can hold for the last shot. They are going to go into the second quarter with a deficit. Dragon, good afternoon to you. 9-41. Okay, Dragon. That's a strike season. Is that Michael Olowokandi? Right? Was that the guy? Michael was his first name? And a 3 to end the quarter, and it's good by Karis LeVert. Spurs actually have 2 seconds on the clock. And a turnover. LeVert for 3 again. Oh my, what? And just like that, it's a 4-point game. MT Karthik was here. Aaron Popovich died 2 weeks later since Pop had won over. I got you, man. That was a terrible end to the first quarter. That was like a Reggie Miller. Oh my gosh, I jinxed us. I mentioned a Tracy McGrady-like performance. It wasn't Tracy McGrady, but Karis LeVert just had a Reggie Miller-like moment where he hit the 3, got the inbounds pass, and hit another 3. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh. It's a 4-point game just like that. The Nets, Jared, that's where I remember him from. I didn't know he was on Cleveland now. Michael Olowokandi. I remember him. Never quite became that guy. Well, we have a lead, but oh my gosh, did the Cavaliers do a number on that lead at the end of the third quarter or end of the first quarter? We were literally up by 10. In under 10 seconds, it's a 4-point game. Cavs shot 6 of 15 from 3 this quarter. They may take 60 threes before the game's over. Yeah, Joshua, I know. Well, Bude, what did I say about the analytics thing earlier in the stream? We shot 68%, they shot 37%, but they were launching more threes. And there you go, it's only a 4-point game. I bet $30 on the Spurs, but I regret even trusting these scrubs. Because it was obviously not one you get. Yeah, you get your challenge back. You're not the first person to say that. They're done with Pop. A lot of people have been commenting on the videos on this channel that they're ready to move on from Pop. There's still also the fan base that says he can't do any wrong. The trust the process group. I'm kind of in the middle. Like there's times where I'm like, maybe it's time to move on, and then there's times where my Spurs goggles make me say, he can turn things around. But I've said this on the channel before. How many coaches would still have their job after 4 losing seasons in a row, with a team record 16-game losing streak last year? Coming to this season, the team's losing again and has a chance to be the worst Spurs team of all time and sets a new franchise record with an 18-game losing streak. Most coaches will be gone. Right now, I'm still trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. This year's going to be a wash. Next season, if this team is playing like this at this point in time, and they have another lottery, they draft Nikola Topic or Alexander Sarr or Isaac Collier, whoever they bring in another high-profile lottery pick, and this team still sucks, then I'll probably be on board with the group that's saying it's time to move on, because we can't have a 6th losing season in a row and another abysmal season where they lose win under 20 games. Kellen for 3 good. So let's wait and see this year. The team has been playing better lately and has been more competitive. So I'm holding off on to get rid of Pop, but I do question some of his rotations for sure. Like, why is Champagny starting? That's a steal by Kelvin. Drives in the paint. He's going to throw down our first for the Spurs. Where is it?
Underdog of justice.
Spurs back up by 9. It is Cavaliers ball, 12 on the shot clock. Hey, look, they're taking a 3. No good by Sam Morrell. Offensive board by Tristan Thompson. He throws it up, and it's in. Wemby has checked back in the game, by the way. It's the players a lot, but the rotations are definitely something and the lineups we're using. The refusal to start a point guard until the game against the Bucks. That was the first game we started a point guard this year. I just sounded like I was from Boston. Guard. 3 by Kelman's no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Cavs ball. Think about that. The Bucks game was the first game we actually started a point guard. The Jeremy point guard experiment, well, I understand why we did it. That probably went on for quite a bit too long. Those are Pop's decisions, not the players. Dogshi, what's up? I do like Kelvin off the bench. He has not been shy shooting it either when he's... Oh, Wemby almost with the steal. Dang it. Oh, I fight for the ball. Kellen just wrestling with Tristan Thompson. And still a fight for the ball. And the shot clock's going to expire. Are we winless against Eastern Conference teams, Boudet? I did not know that. If Wemby trusts Pop, I trust Pop. And when he's so positive, that's fair, Adrian. What a weird possession. Tristan Thompson and Kelvin just and then okay, whatever. Thompson's like, where's the foul? Is this game back? They're still showing the replay over and over again. I started my clock, but maybe I shouldn't have. Spurs up by 7. Do we have a timeout? They're looking at it. All right. Replay. Jags have not scored a first quarter touchdown since 2013. Our wins are Lakers, Blazers, Rockets, and the Suns twice. Zach, I'm surprised no jump ball either. It's an official review. This game is on NBA League Pass if you are trying to find a place to watch it, or if you are in San Antonio, Bailey Sports Network. If you're in Cleveland, I got no idea where it's on. But thank you all for hanging out on a Sunday afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you are. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It does help the channel, and the best way to support a YouTube content creator. And also make sure you hit the subscribe.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
And it's a Coyote happy dance as the Spurs are up. Boop, 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 boop. See him shake that butt. Beep, doop, 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 doop. Boop. Cowboy X Factor, good afternoon to you. Wemby isn't going to publicly criticize Pop. He's going to say positive things, but if the Spurs don't improve next year, Pop is... That's what I'm saying. We got to improve, James. If the team plays the same or regresses, i.e., huge losing streaks, has 5 wins in 30-plus games, at some point, a change needs to be made. And the fact is, the Spurs need to start preparing who's going to be the coach of the future. Now, I've heard Steve Kerr's name be thrown around there. Is his contract up in Golden State in like a year or two? He would certainly be somebody I would welcome to the San Antonio Spurs. The passing the torch, somebody that used to be on the Spurs and is a champion not only as a player but as a coach. And the window on the the window on the Warriors is certainly closing. That 3 is no good by Sam Merrill. Blake Wesley with the rebound, sprints up the court, and it's going to slow it up. Now he's going to take off in the paint, and he's going to get fouled. The referees are such douchebags. Okie dokie. That's fair, Dragon. I saw a rumor about Mitchell to Spurs for Johnson, Graham on their first. That's not happening, Cowboy X Factor. I don't think they're trading D. Mitch. Come on now, Damian. Don't be like that. We'll know hell officially froze over when the Bears win a Super Bowl this century. Oh, I didn't go there, did I? I did. Oh, it's this season, Albert? Blake, I think, missed the second free throw. They were showing a commercial, which they just knocked off the TV because, there's a game being played. Don't be showing commercials while the players are still on the court. Idiots in NBA League Pass. Anyway, Karis LeVert with the ball right now for Cleveland. Going to drive in the paint. Gets blocked by Wemby. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cleveland. 5 on the shot clock. Who do I want to see drafted to Spurs? Bacano? I think we need a point guard. And I'll whistle offensive foul on the Cavs. A lot of people are saying Alexander Sarr. They want the Eiffel Towers, reminiscing of David Robinson and Tim Duncan as the Twin Towers. You would have Wemby, who's a 7-footer, and Sarr, who was a 7-footer. We'd have 2 French 7-footers. That would make us the Eiffel Towers. The problem is you still need a point guard to run the offense. Who is going to, be El Capitan with the Eiffel Towers out there? Is it Trey Jones? Is it Blake Wesley? Is it Devontae Graham, who I think is still under contract for next year? And now another whistle. 3-second violation. So I think we're going to take Isaiah Collier, Nicole Topic. It's got to be like one of those guys. Maybe another point guard that could be on the board. If the Spurs end up with... The Spurs could have 3 lottery picks this year. They're not going to. Wemby's going to have to be in line for the technical. They're going to have their own draft pick, which will be more than likely top... He missed the free throw. Top 3. Barring the balls being, unkind to us. I said it. We have the Toronto Raptors pick, but that's top 6 protected. Right now, that may convey into the 7th or 8th pick, depending on how things shape out. The pick that's not going to convey is the Charlotte Hornets. We have their lottery pick, but it's or their first round pick. It's lottery protected, top 14. The Hornets suck. We're not getting that pick. Keldon Johnson with the ball, drives in the paint, throws it up off the glass, misses, tip back is no good. Another tip back is no good, just a tip, but just a tip won't go in. This Cavaliers, well, I forget all that. 38-30 Spurs lead. Karis LeVert with the ball again for Cleveland. 11 on the shot clock. Going to start to drive. Drives in the paint. Throws it up. And bad shot got blocked by Osman. I'm not sure. Spurs on the run. They have a one-player advantage. And Wemby's going to throw the ball away. Was trying to get to Trey Jones. And that pass was quite a bit off. Sebastian, I hope we win this. Toby says we need to draft the point guard first. I agree. Has Wemby only taken one shot? Watching the guy made you laughing. All right, thanks. I don't know what I said to make you laugh. I was actually being serious there, but at least with the draft talk, I mean, I like to have fun. Appreciate the thumbs up. And for those that haven't thumbs up, Chuck Norris. That's right. Chuck Norris will continue to beat you into submission until you hit the thumbs up. There's a 3 for the Cavs. Hey, that one's good. Sam Merrill been launching a lot of shots. I don't know who dis. Sam Merrill and Edge. And a timeout by the Spurs? Yes. Will anyone help reserve when Daniel Jones turns into an elite quarterback? That's true, too. Or when the Bears have an elite quarterback. Hey, hell froze over Damian Hernandez when the New York Giants played the Chicago Bears in the NFC Championship. How's that? Oh, just a tip. Watching the guy, if you're new here, thank you for stopping in. So I tend to use innuendo a lot, but because I talk so fast and so many things are going through my mind during the game, I sometimes forget what I said 30 seconds ago. But I'm glad I made you laugh. Who the? It's you by Rico. I think what you mean is, if you're quoting Major League, who's this guy? When Willie Mays Hayes hosts, no, not Willie Mays Hayes. It's Rick Vaughn, isn't it? Who's this effing guy? Or no, look at this guy. I think that's the actual line. Look at this effing guy. Dude, I'm not familiar with Sam Merrill, but he's playing well. So basically, yeah, never. Never. Who was this random dude shooting the 3? I've never seen. Yeah, Anthony Bustamante. I don't know him either. I apparently have not called the Cleveland game for our channel in a while. For those of you that don't know, I have the roster for the opposing team on the top right of my computer screen because I don't know everybody on the roster. I know a lot of the starters, maybe a bench player here and there, but I don't know the other teams. The San Antonio Spurs, I don't need a cheat sheet. I know everybody on the roster that's on the floor. Granted, sometimes I might be like, who's this? Oh, it's a Blake Wesley signing, or, when players weren't getting many minutes. But opposing teams, I don't know every player. So when I pulled up the Cavaliers roster, Chetty Osman was still on it. I was like, wow, my roster's outdated. And as I was switching all my names on there this morning, I was like, I don't know who most of these guys are. But the team is playing well, so it sounds like I need to find out who they are. Yes, we do, Militano. Rick Vaughn. Good day, Greg. Thank you for stopping in. Cowboy X Factor, I probably will. Word on the Giants street is that today will be Sterling Shepard's last game as a New York Giant. He has had a very disappointing career. Not because of him per se, because he's just been injured almost every year since his rookie season and really never turned into that slot receiver that I thought we'd have. So I'll probably do more of a reaction to his last game because I really liked him and I thought he was going to be really good for us after his rookie season, and it just never worked out like we were hoping it would. Yeah, right? Never lose 2 games in a row. Militano, I think I saw a stat, Michael Jordan, like a 6-year run. Like the 2 dynasty teams, the 2 3-peat teams, some odd stat, like his teams never lost 3 in a row. I don't think it was 2 in a row. It could have been 2 in a row. I don't know, but it was at least those Bulls never lost 3 in a row, and that's crazy. Darius Slayton, he's actually another player, Cowboy X Factor, that I thought he was going to, his rookie season, I had such high hopes. Hasn't quite panned out the way I thought he would. We are back, and the Spurs have the ball. Malachi Branham way out in three-point land, 10 on the shot clock. NBA League Pass doing what it does again, squishing the TV for me. I absolutely hate it. Wemby with the ball. He's going to launch a 3. Nope. And I've said it all season. I'd like to see, when Wemby's cooking, yes, shoot the 3. Karis Sam Merrill gets fouled by Wemby. I think that's going to be his 3rd foul. I was getting confused with what I was talking about. Actually, nope, that might be on Osman for the push. I hope it's on Chetty because that would be Wemby's third foul. That might be on Chetty Osman. But Wemby, if he's he's on fire and he's hitting his shots, sure, take the three, take the occasional open three, but I see him forcing a lot of perimeter shots, and he's so good near the rim. I'd like to see the Spurs run more plays for him there, get the ball to him more there, of course, but also see him maybe, just simmer down a little bit with the three-point shooting because he is under a 30% three-point shooter, and he's been taking about 5 a game. So I'd like to see that volume go down a little bit, maybe take 3.3 threes a game, and do more work in the post and in the paint where he can really use his size advantage. That was 3 free throws, by the way. Take what, guys? Sam Merrill? Zach, I don't realize he was having that good of a year. Wemby in the paint, gonna get fouled. I saw him having that good of a year, but he hasn't turned into like a 1,010 receiver, like 1,000 yards, 10 touchdown guy yet. In the last few years, he's definitely been disappointing. Steven Scott, good afternoon. I'm a new subscriber. How would you feel about Kerr becoming head coach? Pop remain in the front office and we get back Chip Englund? Yes. I like your plan, Chief. Steven, that would be perfect. Because Pop is going to stay with the Spurs until when he's at the line for 2. Until he's no longer with us. Let's be honest. He's probably going to work until he passes on. I could see him taking a role in the front office. His contract, I don't know if it's guaranteed that he's head coach. If Kerr's available and he wants to come here and Chip Englund came back from OKC, I'd be all on board. All on board. Pop passes the torch to Steve Kerr, stays with the organization. We get our shooting coach back, which we clearly could use, who's done wonders in OKC. Yes, I'm on board with everything you just said. Cavs ball. Almost a turnover. Instead, it's going to be an open dunk for Tristan Thompson. Penalty, yes. We're only up by 2. That lead's getting cut right now. No, they shouldn't have, William. Champagne's wide open for 3. Finally, Jones is going to get it to him, and he misses it. He was open all day there, Julian. You got to make those open threes. Come on, bro. Merrill for 3. Who is this guy? There goes the lead. Sam Merrill's killing us. Jones going to get out to Champagne. Champagne back over to Wemby. Wemby's going to toss it over to Jones. Jones going to take a 3. That's the 3 he missed against the Bucks. Same spot, and he just made that. Oh, that hurts. I'm glad he made the 3, but that's the exact same shot. And this was contested that he missed against Milwaukee. Wemby just goes on the floor, and we're going to have a charge on the Bucks. Dang it. Well, Zach, that's fair. Yeah, where is Devin Vassell? I guess he's on the floor now. Drop pass in the 4th, and it cost him the game. Tough. It happens, Cowboy X Factor. Damn me, Wemby looked like a laid-out jersey all flat. Yes, he did, Adrian. Phil, we are making Sam Merrill look like Steph Curry. Did I say charge on the Bucks penalty, Cuber? Charge on the Cavs. I had the Bucks in my head because I was talking about the Trey Jones missed 3. My apologies. Charge on the Cavs. Wemby for 3 from the corner. I don't like it. I think he's taking more 3s than 2s. Sam Merrill just did a Steph Curry 3. Who is this guy? He's got 18 points. Sam freaking Merrill. Jones drives in the paint, misses the layup. I think they've been partially blocked. What is Sam Merrill's career high? Niang for 3. And now we're down by 4. It's your boy Rico. That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, who's this little white dude that's killing us? Is this Woody Harrelson from White Men Can't Jump? Devin's going to launch a 3. Good. And it's officially turning into a 3-point shooting contest. Me too, Phil. Well, Donovan Mitchell drives in the paint. No defense there for the Spurs. Gets the layup, 49-46, and the game has totally swung the momentum to Cleveland. Wemby out in 3-point land starts to... had Donovan Mitchell on him. Got Tristan Thompson on him now. He's just going to launch a 3. Okay, this is seriously a 3-point shooting contest. Serrero's game high is 27. Thank you, Dragon. Appreciate that. I don't know. I think a 3-pointer was just blocked by the Spurs. Wemby with the ball right now, and he's going to get fouled. Yes, Toby, we do need Wemby in the paint. Sam Merrill had 27 points versus Jazz a few nights ago. He might go over 30 tonight. Wemby, I think, has the mentality of a shooting guard when he's out there sometimes. Not realizing his biggest strength is his size. He just sat down and looked like he's in pain. No, maybe not. He's shooting 40. Merrill's shooting 42%. He's killing it today. He's killing us. Blake Leslie right now with the ball. And man, those highlighter shoes are just killing me. Out to Sohan, who's also wearing highlighter shoes. Sohan's three. Oh my God, almost hits the side of the backboard. That was ugly. Spurs get the ball. Blake Leslie for three. Stop shooting threes! And Barlow with the foul. Dimon, it is. Not if we're going to keep chucking threes. Wait, Victor got a foul there? Did he get his third foul? What? I didn't even see what the foul was. All tied up at 49, and Wemby probably going to sit for the rest of the first half because there's 5 minutes to go and he's got 3 fouls. Somebody needs to set up for Spurs offensively, and defensively for that matter. Donovan Mitchell with the ball right now. Easily finds Jared Allen. He muscles away into the paint, throws it up and in. Oh, I didn't see that first last. Spurs down by 2. Spurs are 5 of 15 this quarter. The Cavs are 8 of 13. The Cavs have been taking a lot of threes. Kelvin thinks about a three. He's wide open for 3. Now he's going to take the 3. Bricks it. I know first last. He didn't get a foul? Okay. It's your boy Rico. Or it's Sean Robinson. Jared Allen throws down a dunk in the paint. The Spurs have no presence in the paint when Wemby's not in there. I think Pop's calling a timeout, and he is. Yes, they do, Phil. Malik, we have some good three-point shooters. They're very inconsistent. Very consistent. We have a timeout, 53-49, a little over 4 minutes to go in the first half. It's been a good game, though. If you're just coming in, Sam Merrill is killing the Spurs right now. This little dude has 18 points and has just been chucking threes and making them. He's 5 of 8 from the arc. Vassell has got 15 points at 6 of 9 shooting. He needs to keep firing away. It's like, just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Tennessee just scored a touchdown, 14-10. Got it. The announcer said that was Victor's third. Are you sure? I don't know first last. I can't hear what the announcers are saying. Let's see if I can find out the foul situation. We're in a timeout. Let me go pull up the box score and see if Wemby does have 3 fouls. Because if he does, it's obviously bad for the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama. 2 fouls, guys. It's 2. We have confirmed 2 fouls. The Spurs are 7 of 16 from three-point land, 44%. The Cavs are 10 of 22. That is 46%. 22 threes already. That's the game. Dude, Sam Merrill, 18 points in 12 minutes. Actually, the bench for Cleveland's been killing us. The bench for Cleveland has 35 points. Niang with 5, Thompson with 6, LeVert with 6, Merrill with 18. The bench has outscored their starting lineup. The bench for the Cavs, plus 16, plus 12, plus 10, plus 16, plus 8. The starters for the Cavaliers, minus 12, minus 8, minus 8, minus 5, minus 9. What a weird game. And the reverse is for the Spurs. The starters are all in the positive. Our bench is terrible. Or just getting outplayed. I don't want to say terrible. Minus 9, minus 10, minus 13, minus 14, minus 7. Our bench has scored 12. So right now, all the scoring in this game is by the San Antonio Spurs starters and the Cleveland Cavaliers bench. I'm actually quite shocked to see this. I would not have thought it was like that at all, but apparently that's how it is. Oh, okay, Sean, appreciate it. Have a good day. 146 watching and 74 likes. Math is mathing. Go like the stream. We're never going to have as many likes as people watching us, Sean. It's never, ever, ever worked out like that, and that's fine. The folks, some folks don't know that to hit the thumbs up. I'm not trolling. If you're looking at the live chat, which I imagine you are, you actually have to minimize the live chat briefly. Then you can see the thumbs up or thumbs down. Hit that. Bring the chat back up. Joshua, there's a lot of things that happen in this game. When Pop pulls the right strings, we're good. Yes, Carlos, good afternoon to you. We're down by 4. We were up by 4 at the end of the first. The second quarter has not been so kind to us, and as Spurs fans, you always worry because the third quarter is the worst quarter for us. Kellen's going to drive in the paint. His layup gets blocked and gets knocked down. Actually, Barlow gets knocked down, took a shot in the head. And it's going to be Cavaliers' ball. You don't want Dominic Barlow taking anything to the head because he got hit in the head the other night and got knocked out of the game. Sean, I don't have memberships anymore. I don't do it anymore. I don't feel it's necessary. I do this for fun. I do this for love of the Spurs. You know, I get Google ad revenue. If people want to super chat, that's fine. But as far as memberships, I took that away a long time ago. I don't really feel necessity to bring them back. There's no memberships, no Patreon, no sponsorships. I don't believe in any of that. And there's so many channels I watch that I just can't stand when they go into a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute self-promoting commercial. I was like, you know what? I don't want that here. I want it to be a community that's about sports. Primarily the Spurs, Giants, and Yankees, but it's a place to hang out, talk Spurs, talk the NBA, whatever it may be. Spurs ball down by, whoops, I didn't fix the score for the Cavs. 56-49. Kelvin's going to launch a 3. My apologies. 4-point game. Cavs are in the bonus. I know, obviously, Donovan Mitchell's not doing much, and they're up. That's because the bench. It's the bench for the Cavs. They've been playing outstanding. The Mitch off-balance jumper, as soon as you said he wasn't doing anything. And now another whistle. Okay, Spurs ball. Wow, I'll never unsubscribe after that. What do you mean, Militano? It's a way to help the channel, Sean, but I mean, with the Google ad revenue and super chats, it covers the expenses for the channel, which would be the NBA League Pass, Sling, so I can watch TNT and ESPN. Sometimes I got to get new equipment, bought a microphone recently, so we're definitely in the positive there. And as long as we're in the positive, and again, and this is for fun too. I like Google's ad revenue because it's coming from Google, but really, it's just for fun. I do it because I love the community. Barlow with the ball, going to get it out to Demisel. Gets it over to Sohan. 4 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Back to Barlow in the paint. Come on, shoot it, buddy. Little jump hook, good. Oh, Carlos, it's still in the first half. Respect, I know so. Oh, gosh. Penalty cuber, I can't stand that. Which is why people ask when you work with somebody again, like, I'm going to be very picky about who I work with because if they spam that stuff, I'm probably not going to work with them. Jared now with a dunk in the paint. 2 minutes remaining. Adrian, I don't want to lose this game, and we have a timeout. I mean, I've said it a lot on this channel. It's just how I feel. You know, I'm not knocking anybody that does those other things, the Patreons or whatever. It's just, for me, it's not what I'm about. I'm about the team. I'm about Baby Coyote. And about you guys. It is Cavs ball. We're going to have a 3-point attempt, and it's in and out. Couldn't see who shot that for the Cavs, but it's no good. Jeremy Sohan with the rebound. Sohan's going to drive, get to the Demisel. Basal on 3-point land. Looking for a pick and roll. No pick and roll. Definitely going to start to drive. Back to Wesley. Over to Barlow. Barlow's going to launch it into Sohan. Back to Demisel. 5 on the shot clock. Basel's little runner is no good. I think Barlow's more of an upside than Champagny. Maybe Odyssey. He's got the size. And that's a turnover, I think, for the Cavs. Wesley on the fast break. Throws it down hard.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Yeah, Sean, it's, you know, just in short, not to go over too much, I am a Spurs fan that lives in Connecticut. I don't have a Spurs community here. You guys are my Spurs community, and this is why I love doing it. You know, especially now that I've started dating somebody about 7 months ago. She likes watching basketball with me. She started watching some Spurs games. If the weather wasn't crappy in New England, she'd be here now, and that's made it fun too. Now I have somebody in person, but also you guys to share it with. So I am pull up jumper in the paint, no good. Spurs are trying to 2-for-1 there. 60-56. Cavs are in the bonus. 8 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Lyrical News, good afternoon to you. He is obsessed with that baby fade. Never noticed how annoying until he brought the ads up. Yeah, YouTube's placing a lot of ads lately, so I'm sorry. Jared Allen misses a shot in the paint. Gets his own follow-up. Lyrical news, he hasn't done a lot offensively yet. Notice I said yet. Devin with the off-balance jumper with the clock running out. No good. Spurs are going to take a 6-point deficit into the second half as they are down 62-56. I would shut ads off, but then I wouldn't be making anything off YouTube. And admittedly, I said I do like the Google ad revenue. I'm sorry. I'm going to be transparent there. I'm happy to get money from Google. I don't care about taking money from them. They're a giant corporation that's billions, trillions of dollars. Absolutely don't feel any sorts of bad about taking their money. What is that? All right. What did I say? Oh, there we go. Quarter needs to go to the half. Yeah, Wemby has had a few fouls. Maybe one of them not appropriate. I live in India. The channel is my basketball community. Well, half of it. Oh, there you go, Sean. Cheese Lewis 23. Why are you letting Wemby so much? He's literally 20 years old. He had 2 fouls in the first quarter. 2 fouls. There you go, Cowboy X Factor. The ads is the way you can donate to the channel. That's a positive way of looking at it. There you go. All right, we're going to look at the halftime stats, even though we know what the halftime stats are going to say. They're going to say that the Cavs bench is laying a smackdown on us this afternoon. It is what it is. We'll look at the Cavaliers first, and then our Spurs for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And any Cavaliers fans, thank you for stopping in today. Appreciate you. Wade, what a donut. Only over 2 from the field, but he's really contributing nothing to the Cavaliers this afternoon. Okoro with 3, having a very quiet afternoon too. Allen having a decent game, 15 points and 6 boards. Actually, a very good game, on pace for 30. Donovan Mitchell, very quiet today. 3 for 8 from the field, over 4 from 3, 6 points. He does have 5 assists though. And Strus with 3 off the bench for the Cavs, where they have been excelling today. Niang with 5, Thompson with 6, LeVert with 6, Porter with 0. I don't even know he played this afternoon. He rebounded an assist and block. Maybe he's a player that had the ball and I didn't know who it was. And Sam Morrell, the story of the first half for the Cavaliers, 12 minutes, 5 of 9, 5 of 8 from 3, plus 3 free throws, a couple assists, 18 points for the Cavaliers off the bench. His career high is 27, which apparently he had recently. So Sam Morrell has a good chance to get a career high today against the San Antonio Spurs. For our Spurs, Julian Champagnie, 0. 0. 0 for 1. 0. My man, you scored 0 against Milwaukee. That's at least 6 quarters in a row with 0. And he's starting. I like Julian Champagnie. This ain't going to get it done at all. He's got 0. You need to step up or sit down. Jeremy Sohan with 6 points. Victor Wembanyama with 7. Only 1 of 4 from the field. He's actually only taken 1 2-point shot. He's 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Does have 4 rebounds and 2 blocks. Trey Jones with 9 points and 3 assists. An efficient 4 of 5 from the field. Devin Vassell, leading scorer, 15 points on 6 of 12 shooting. Off the bench, Dominic Barlow with 2. Chetty Osman with 2. Kelvin, not afraid to shoot the ball off the bench. He's 5 of 11. He's got 12 points and 4 boards. Branham with 0. And Blake Wesley with 3, 2 rebounds, and no assists. Wesley has been looking better lately. I don't know if he's certainly not ready to be a starter, but at least he's starting to look better with his game. I am very happy Trey Jones is in the starting lineup. This team does seem to be playing better with him, which, if you look around the Spurs community, it's easy to find posts on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Analytically speaking, they're significantly better with Trey on the floor. Not a playoff team, but at least not a team that's going to lose 18 games in a row like they did earlier this year. Let's get to the chat now that I have gone over the stats. Geez, I like Devin too. And yes, for the moment, 0. 6 scoreless quarters as a starter is wild, Xavier. I can't believe he's still starting. Just seen Scoot come into the Barclays. I'm not going in. But what? Wesley can't. No. Wesley's free throw percentage for the year, I think, Joshua, was under 50%. Carlos Julian Champagnie had 0. Yes, Gio, I would agree. Eli Dahl's in the closet, Cowboy X Factor, but I got Baby Coyote, Baby Coyote. Boop, 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 boop. That's my Baby Coyote song, apparently. I don't think we're gonna butcher the team. Cheese. Yeah, Sam Merrill's very lucky lyrical news. I do want to pull up Julian Champagny on Basketball Reference since we're talking about him. Not here to pick on him, but I do feel he's been really struggling recently. We can look at his last 5 games for the Spurs. Julian Champagny, last 5 games. All right, he had 2 points against the Blazers, 7 points against the Blazers, 0 versus the Celtics in 19 minutes. He did have 12 points against the Grizzlies, and then 0 points against the Bucks. So including today, 3 out of his last 4 games, he scored 0. If my man goes for 0 again today, you got to pull him out of the starting lineup. You can't keep him in there, can you? I mean, my goodness, he's not giving you anything. He's not a defensive stopper. His defense is up and down. And if he's not scoring, he's literally a liability on the floor. Wow, he's been bad. I don't know if we start in his place, but I don't think we can keep starting him. That's for darn sure. I hope we don't. Let's drink some Champagny. Champagny needs to go. If he wasn't playing with us, he wouldn't be playing anywhere else. And Pops keeps starting him. Yes, Joshua. And this is where I am certainly part of the group that is criticizing Pop this season, is some of the rotations. I said that earlier in the stream. This is the one thing, if I pointed out, I haven't been happy with Pop this year, is the starting lineups at times, the refusal to start a point guard until injuries cause it against the Bucks, and then the rotations. Like, why? I know the thought was we're going to keep, scores, perimeter shooters on the floor around Wemby. Champagny's not scoring. He's given us nothing. There's got to be somebody else who can start in his place. DJ1 says, Pop is washed. Why not? Jack says, I'm driving, but I just pulled over because that stat is horrendous. Okay. Yes, Zach, the Giants play at 4:30, so I'll be watching the Giants and Eagles and trying to get a lot of stuff done. I am going to bring some stuff back to the channel possibly that I've done in the past that I didn't realize I still had the videos. For those of you that have been here long enough, I did a couple deep fakes, and I thought about bringing them back as shorts. One with Eli Manning as a Terminator, one as former United States Women's National Team player Kristen Press as Wonder Woman. I was like, you know what? I already have these, edited them down to shorts. No, this is not going to change the channel. It's still TSR Sports. These are sports athletes, so it is a sports-related video. But I have a few videos like that kicking around. I'm like, on a day where I don't put up content, I could put something like that up. So during the Giants game, I'm going to edit those videos. I fully plan on going into the studio, if my voice is fine, to record Wemby in the name of, Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name of, with San Antonio Spurs lyrics. I love making sports content, doing play-by-plays, but I also, because I used to make low-budget films and I'm a musician, I still have that part of me that likes to do stuff that's different. But I want to make sure it's sports-related only. That's one promise I made to you guys, and I'm going to hold that promise. Everything will be sports-related. It might not be a sports news video, but it will be something sporty. Pop drinking too much wine. I think he's 74, Pat. Champagny does have a very friendly contract. Cowboy Expector, thank you. Cheese, I'm a New York Giants fan. I know, we suck. Not the New York Jets, New York Giants. The problem we have is these young Spurs players don't have experience. No, they don't. That means Ricky, maybe Cowboy X Factor. Actually, I do have a Ricky Lombardo video. It's the Ricky Lombardo something workout. I forgot what it was, but the letters, if you spelled it out, were, what the heck? The game just went to the NBA launch screen. What are you doing? All right, I'm still alive at least. As much as I hate losing to the Eagles, we got to lose today with a possibly moving up in the draft. TG1, they might not play their starters of the Eagles. The Giants could actually win this. And yes, Andrew, I'm a musician. I play guitar, drums, bass, and I do vocals. It's usually metal vocals. I don't know how my voice is going to be after talking for 2.5 hours, so I might have to hold off on the lyrics until after work. I got to work at 3:30, so I should have no problem doing it this week. Who would start instead of Champagny? Osmond certainly could start. No, he's not saving him. It is still early. Nice, Joshua. Kiba the Shiba, thank you for stopping in. What's your limit in sports content? Like, you couldn't do... So, what sports content... I want to cover something that I'm interested in. This is our channel. But if I'm not passionate about it, it might feel forced, and the energy might not be there, and it might not be good content. So if I covered swimming, I would not be into it at all. So I want to make sure that I put up content that's entertaining, that I'm engaged, and if I'm engaged, hopefully you're engaged. So for this channel, at the moment, San Antonio Spurs and various other NBA-related videos at times, the New York Giants, probably the New York Yankees this year, probably just live streaming with my girlfriend if she decides to come on stream with me for the Yankees versus Red Sox, and maybe the odd Kristen Press video. I can't see this channel really going outside of that anymore. For Giants videos, though, I do want to expand on that a little bit because it used to just be New York Giants only. I do want to do Giants fan reaction videos when something big happens to the Cowboys, the Eagles, or the Washington team because that's a team in the division. So if the Cowboys, say the Cowboys lose their first playoff game, sorry, could happen, you're used to it, and they get blown out, then yes, I would make a video trolling, which obviously you can just troll me back. I'm a Giants fan, they suck, but you gotta talk a little smack between one another, right? So that's probably the one thing that might not be Giants related, but kind of Giants related. There's a lot of Cowboys fans on this channel. There's a lot of San Antonio Spurs fans. You all live in Texas, so yeah, a lot of tons of Cowboys fans. 74, he's young. Wow. Devin was doing great, McLean, and then has barely taken any shots since that hot start. The big man situation is seriously bad. Diego, after Wemby, it's not much. Zach Collins is not a starter in the NBA, in my humble opinion. He's a great bench player. Barlow, jury's still out. Sandro Miles-Camasvelli, while we like him, he's not starter quality. And then Charles Bassey, dude can't stay healthy. Had a fracture in his patella last year, torn ACL, I think in the same knee recently, and he's out again. I worry his career is going to be very short in the NBA with his injuries. The other player starts. The TJ one, I thought if the Cowboys win, I think the Cowboys have a 1 o'clock, or I don't know when the Cowboys play. I don't know. For as much as Wembanyama was hyped up by the MSN, 5 wins. That's not him fat cap, but the 5 wins hurts. At least I discovered Tommy DeVito, wow. But kind of they are. They actually are. Put Wemby's sister, Spurs. Does Wemby's sister play basketball? Packers beat the Bears. I haven't been following in their team. I really have no idea. 3:25. Oh, 3:25 your time, so 4:30 my time. So the Giants and Cowboys play at 4:30 this afternoon. I hope my area shows the Giants game because living in Connecticut, occasionally the Giants get bumped for other teams. So the Giants aren't on today at 4:30. Then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Take a nap maybe. She's not bad in the Eyes Odyssey. She's cute. She is. I'll second that. She's no Miss TSR, but you know. Anyway, I hope Tommy DeVito will play again next year. Andrew, I don't know the Giants are going to do a quarterback. Are they going to draft a quarterback? Daniel Jones, coming back from torn ACL, might not be the same guy, but he's got a huge contract. I think they got to roll with Jones. That team's a mess. What do they do with Saquon Barkley? Their offensive line still sucks. They're a disaster. His sister, I think, is young. I don't know if she's under 18. If she is, this team lacks talent. Entry water number. Let me pull up the NFL real quick, because now I'm curious what the Bears and Packers record is. I really don't know. NFL standings. I'm a huge NFL fan, if you haven't figured it out, by the way. I mean, the NBA and NFL are tied. The NFL is the one sport, more than any, that I'll watch games of that don't include my team. Like, I'll watch non-Giants games from the NBA these days. It's Spurs only. Back in the 90s, man, I was watching so much basketball. The playoffs, I was just watching. I love the Bulls, Pacers, and Knicks rivalry. If those teams are playing each other, Bulls and Pacers, or Pacers and Knicks, or Knicks and Bulls, count me in. Those guys just didn't like each other. I loved it. All right, I was talking about the NFC. The Packers are 8-8. The Bears are 7-9. Wow. They actually finished with the same record. The Bears are 4-1 and on a 2-game winning streak in their last 5 games. The Packers are 3-2 in their last 5 on a 2-game winning streak. That game can go either way. Anything big happen in the NFL today? I think you guys said if Jacksonville loses, they're out. They're down 21-10 to Tennessee. That Patriots game looks awful. 6-3 Jets winning. Oof, even worse. Tampa Bay's being Carolina 3-0. That half is almost over. As far as 425 games, Chicago plays Green Bay then. The Giants played the Eagles at 425. Dallas plays Washington at 425. 2 NFC East games. Tonight is Buffalo and Miami to finish the season. That should be a good one. All right, wait. Third quarter underway. It is Spurs ball. 10 on the shot clock. Wemby with the ball, and he's going to get... Is that a turnover? The Spurs or an offensive foul? Okay, it's Cavs ball, whatever happened. My birds are cooked. Think so, Dylan? Victor's sister's 22. Oh, she's older. Yeah. Oh, gosh. It is the third quarter. Oh, that's a foul on Wemby. He just gave somebody the people's elbow. He gave Max Strus the people's elbow. 3 down the other end is no good by Wade. Sohan will bring it out for the Spurs. Devin Vassell's going to launch a quick 3. Oh, that was way off. This quarter is the worst. This is... If the Spurs can keep it at a 6-point deficit at the end of this quarter, we're actually doing well. He didn't touch him. Wait, didn't? No, I didn't actually see the replay. Did he do a flopperoonie? Did he pull LeBron? Sorry, Carlos. LeBron's had some legendary flops in his career, let's be honest. I mean, he's had a couple that really kind of make you scratch your head like, dude, really? I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was certainly had a few in his day that stood out. You can easily find them on YouTube. It is Cavaliers ball, 5 on the shot clock, and they're going to turn the ball over. Trey Jones brings it up the court for the Spurs, and he's going to slow up the offense. He'll drop it off to Devin. Devin just loses the ball out of bounds. Oh, Butterfingers. Oh, that was tapped out. That was tapped out. That was tapped out. Or was it? Whose ball is this? That's off Devin. That's off Devin. It's Spurs ball. That was off his hand. Devin's left hand. We got a little break there, I think. Sohan in the paint. Off balance shot. Ugly. Wow. Jeremy, if you got to work that hard for the shot, maybe you shouldn't take the shot. That was very difficult, and he did not make it. If anybody's new to the channel, I call the game like I see it. I am a Spurs fan, but I'm not going to do favoritism when it comes to calls. I'll do favoritism to whom I'm cheering for, but not on calls, and I think we got away with one there. Is LeBron getting text for flopping? Wemby for 3? It went in. I still like to see him do more work in the paint, but he made it. He only flopped once this year, Carlos? 3 down the other end is no good. Jared Allen flies in for the offensive putback dunk. I don't know why we're all standing around. Wemby down the other end throws it off the glass. Jared Allen he's a beast. Yeah, there is flopping for technicals now. There is, which is good. I don't like to see it. I'll talk about it in the next stoppage, if I remember. It is Cavaliers ball, 9:50 to go. Strus fires a 3, no good. Wemby gets the rebound, gets up to Trey Jones. Out to Devin Vassell. Vassell's going to drive into the paint. Back out to Jeremy Sohan, over to Trey Jones, back to Wemby in the post. Wemby a little one-on-one with Allen. Stops, pops, and bounces around and goes in. 1-point game. Hey, not a three-pointer is right. Rich, I got a call at halftime from my old boss. I might be hired as a clinical director permanent in San Antonio. Oh, wow. Good luck, man. And now it's trouble. Wemby on the fast break. Boom, shakalaka.
Dunk of justice.
There we go. Let's have a good third quarter, Spurs fans. Have a good third quarter. Let's get a win. I mean, on top of that. Woo, I'm a little pumped up here. That's where I want to see Wemby do it. In the paint and at the rim. D. Mitch for 3, no good. Allen gets the rebound. I think. I can't see who that is. He's in a crowd. It's not Jared Allen. It's actually Isaac Okoro. I just assumed it was Jared Allen. I saw somebody from the Cavs get the rebound. It's actually Isaac Okoro. Who said you need to learn? Oh, LeBron's saying you learn how to flop. So, I'm against flopping, But there's also selling the foul. And there's a difference. Flopping, you don't actually get hit, and you're pretending you got fouled, where it's, phantom elbow, and you're falling on the ground and never actually touched you. And then there's actually getting run into and plowed into, and then just naturally, falling to the ground and selling the foul. I think selling the foul is good. Flopping, bad. There's a difference. Max Strus for 3 from the corner, no good. I don't know what I'm doing. They didn't score. Champagne into the paint, throws it up, and foul. The Champagne going to the line may actually score his first points of the game. Then, Trey Jones started tonight. It's actually the lineup you see over here on the top right. Julian Champagne, Jeremy Soin, Victor Wembanyama, Trey Jones, and Dan Vassell. Julian Champagne's been awful as a starter for the most part. I'm not trying to pick on him. I'm calling it like I see it. He's at the line right now. And the first free throw is going to bounce around and finally go in. That's his first point of the game. Embiid. Was Embiid a big flopper? I don't watch many Sixers games at all. Is he a notorious flopper, or was he a notorious flopper? You can't do that now. It's a technical. If you keep flopping in the game, you're going to get thrown out. He made them both. Fair, Damien. I put up a flopping video for LeBron last year or the year before when he said, I need to learn how to flop. And then I put up the flopping compilation of, you don't need to learn how to do it. You need to stop doing it. Tied game. 3-pointer by Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert's already checked in. Champagne for 3. Nope. Jared Allen gets the rebound. 67 all. Good game today. LeVert in the paint. Got Wemby on him, and it's not going to shoot in front of Wemby if he's smart. Not in the paint, at least. LeVert to Jared Allen in the paint. Jared with a little turnaround baby hook. And the Cleveland Cavaliers have just 69 our San Antonio Spurs. Probably bring the mic to me instead of going to the mic. You can't see me when I go off screen. But I don't want the mic sitting in front of me. A lot of YouTubers have the mic and camera. I don't want the mic in picture. Wemby, tough pull-up jumper, air ball. Pats have 3 inches of snow on the ground. It's been snowing here a lot. I'm gonna have to probably shovel after this game. So I don't think I'll be recording the lyrics, and my voice is a little hoarse anyway. But all I see is white outside, which means there's a lot of snow. Joel Embiid and Victor. I would love that. Don't think that's happening. Yeah! Thank you for coming into the chat. Mitchell with the jumper, Pop calling timeout. They did drawing. His name was LaFlop back in the day. I mean, if he's not flopping anymore, then you can't really call him LaFlop. If anything, he's a little tired right now. I ask, Carlos, you're in the chat right now. I'm seeing this sometimes on Facebook. Are Lakers fans wanting to trade LeBron at this point? I don't think all the losing is just... I don't think you can put all the blame on him. But I'm seeing... it looks like some of the Lakers fan base now is ready to move on from LeBron. It's not that LeBron needs help. Let's get him. The narrative has changed from what I see. And it's Anthony Davis needs help. Let's bring him in somebody. I don't know. Is the Lakers fan base done with LeBron? Curious. Adrian, I don't know. What happened to Julian from the Summer League? He was killing it. Julian and Champagne, act like you got injured. That way you don't have to come back in the game. Hi, Allison. Hope you're having a good afternoon. They have an in-season tournament champion jersey? Get out of here. Come on now. LeBron is frustrated. Led GM currently plotting for trade. He is the biggest guy in the Corpacano. He's like 280 pounds, isn't he? You want a fresh start when a new Spurs coach? I get it. A lot of fans do. You okay there, baby Coyote? Don't fall down. Please remove Wemmy's minute restriction. Glazing, baking, I believe they did. He got pulled in the first quarter because he had foul trouble. I think he still has only 2 fouls. I don't know. Oh, okay, it's weird. I got you. Philip or an Eiffel Tower if they draft Alexander Sarr in the first round in June. Yes, we have, Zach. We've had the same coach for a long time, and the game has changed substantially since Pop started coaching. A ton in the last almost 30 years. LeBron should have been gone, in my opinion. I mean, he did acquire old washed-up players to the Lakers when he got there. They did get a championship, though. You can asterisk all you want with the bubble. A ring's a ring. But at this point, I mean, he's still doing well offensively, I believe. He's probably playing zero defense. He's not going to have the energy to play hard defense for the whole game. I don't think it's possible. Fan of the Spurs, Allison? LeBron won them a bubble ring, and then what? And then they want him gone. It would be the Slim Tower. It would be the Slim Towers. That's a good one, Vera. Very much the Slim Towers. Imagine how good this team would look with a point guard and a center like Anthony Davis letting Wemby more of an ISO player. I wouldn't want Anthony Davis at this point in his career, Anthony, only because, yes, he can still ball, but he also is still quite fragile throughout his career, so I don't think I'd want an AD. I mean, I wouldn't mind Jokic on the team. Lakers are requiring the most self... Are the Lakers going after DeJounte Murray? Is that the word? Jeez. All right. Back to the game. Spurs ball. Devin Vassell turnaround jumper is good. My clock is a little behind. We'll get that fixed in a few moments. And the San Antonio Spurs just 69'd the Cleveland Cavaliers. Look how big my ball is. You don't want my ball on screen. What? I said it. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cavs. 11 on the shot clock. I heard if the haters said that trash talking, but you know what? Let's trade LeBron James. Can't wait the moment he was a toxic organization. Wow. All right. LeBron should have been gone once he made Space Jam 2. Strus drives in the paint. Can't get the shot. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And I think it's staying with the Cavs. Pop hasn't played 2K. Yeah, you know what it's about? We haven't had a Ghost Spurs go up there. I actually think Space Jam 2 was a bad idea for LeBron's career. LeVert with the dunk off the inbound pass, that's an and one. The reason being is because, you know, they have so many people saying he's trying to follow Michael Jordan's shadow, and then you do a sequel to a movie he starred in. I think it would have been better off just being in his own original movie instead of a sequel. My 2 cents. That's enough about LeBron. Let's focus on the Spurs and Cavs. I don't think Trae Young's coming here. But a lot of Spurs fans would like him. I wouldn't be opposed to him coming here. I don't know if the Atlanta Hawks are going to want to be a trade partner with us again. If, you know, the DeJounte... I would think they'd want those picks back. 5-point game. Made a free throw. Giannis to the Spurs. Antonio, I wish. That's not happening. Dominic Barr with ball right now for San Antonio. Gets it over to Devin Vassell. Vassell in traffic. Can't even see where he is. Over to Trey Jones. Jones back to KJ. KJ over to Jeremy. He's open for 3. He's going to take the straight up 3. Jeremy Science hit a couple threes today. I would agree with that, Carlos. Yes. They gutted their championship team so much to bring Russell Westbrook. That was a dumb move. I don't know if it was the Lakers organization, if it was LeBron had a big say in that. They got rid of so much talent, including Alex. You know, Alex Caruso is the first one that comes to mind. They had a lot of good players, a lot of young players, and there they went. Yes, they do, Zach. The salary cap's a joke. I don't think Ball's coming here, Odyssey. Mr. Z, while the team's losing, it's going to continue to the end of the season. Cavs ball, 11 on the shot clock. Karis LeVert going to start to drive, kicks it out. Donovan Mitchell with 3. That's good. 77-72. 5-point game, but I said the Spurs just need to keep this game around 6 points going into the fourth. So we're notoriously bad in the third quarter. Trey Jones gets it to Sony and Sony over to Barlow. Barlow's little jumper good. Just keep it right here. Keep the total right here. I do know LeBron James wants to play with Bronny, Jorleen. LeVert into the paint, gets it to Allen. Allen loses the ball, gets the ball back, and then throws it down on Barlow. Allen's having a good game against us. Yeah, I wouldn't say Lakers fans are the worst. Every fan base has good fans, bad fans. It's fake fans. Vassell's 3 hits the side of the backboard. I mean, when the Spurs become a playoff team again, sooner than later, you're going to see a lot of people switch. There's a lot of fans today that either follow just players or they just follow who's good. There's a lot less team loyalty than maybe there used to be. And it's just, you know, I think more casual fans of the NBA will just watch whoever's the best team. They don't care, you know, one way or the other. Is Siakam up for trade? It's not. We need a point guard. We don't need another forward, though. LeVert for three. That was an ugly shot. No good. Hey, look, we gave up a rebound. Donovan Mitchell for three. In and out. Still a fight for the board. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's still with Cleveland. Nick Nurse and Frank Vogel are technically free agents right now. Coach free agency works differently than player free agency. It does. Fans that any team should be afraid of as a Dodgers fan? Vassell just bricked his last three, Jorling. It was side of the backboard bad. That's not what you want to see. Chetty Osman's checking in for the Spurs, and the Spurs are hoping to have a good third quarter. So far, they've cut the lead by 1 point. I think we came into the third quarter with the Cavs up by 6. Karis LeVert drives in the paint, gets the layup easy. We just have no rim protection when Wemby's not in there. Barlow's not a good shot blocker. Collins, when he's healthy, he's not. It's Wemby or nothing. Malcolm Brown with the ball right now. A little turnaround jumper in the paint as he was going back door is good. 81-76. Got it, Dan. No, Mercive. Kyrie would never come here. Not going to come here. That's not going to happen. Don Mitchell into the paint. Layup is no good. Going to get fouled, and I think he's going to the line for 2. All I'll say in regards to Kyrie Irving, he's very open about his beliefs. Popovich is as well, and they are on the opposite sides, and I don't think that's going to work. However, that shouldn't matter. You would think that all that matters is what your performance is on the court, but I don't think Pop would want him here. Or I could be wrong. Maybe he would. I don't know. Is his contract up in Dallas this year? Dude's hurt a lot. I wouldn't want him at this point in his career. Mitchell's first free throw is no good. Drawing, he's streaky. Nathan RVRX, good afternoon to you. Devin's very streaky, like a lot of our guys. He'll hit 5 shots in a row, and then he'll miss 5 shots in a row. Don Mitchell at the line for one more. And he missed them both. Interesting. Siakam to the... Wow, it's the Mavs. That would be a pretty loaded team. Barlow with the ball right now. Out to Chetty Osman. 12 on the shot clock. Chetty's going to start to drive into the post. Spins around. Gets it to an open Barlow. Barlow's going to throw down his own little... Boop.
Underdog of justice.
Spurs just hanging around in the third quarter. And that's a good thing for Spurs fans because we are notoriously bad in the third quarter this year. So I'm glad to see we're keeping it fairly even. Jared Allen driving the paint, spins all sorts around. Barlow with a block shot. Fight for the ball, and finally Chetty Osman will come down with it. Very nice of Jared Allen, by the way. Had contact with Kelvin. Kelvin fell down. He actually helped him up. Respect. Speaking of which, Kelvin driving the paint, takes it at Jared, and they both go down again. And that's going to be a foul on the Cavs. I think Kelvin's going to the line for 2. Trade the Magic for Anthony Black. Is Anthony Black's not getting any minutes in Orlando? Sandra, I'd like to see some moves made. Our guys are streaky. Let's blame Pop. I'm not going to blame Pop, Mr. Z. I blame him for the rotations and starting lineups, and you can't say otherwise on that. He's in control of the starting lineup. He's in control of the rotation. That I'll put 100% on him. Kelvin's first free throw is no good. Then they have been much more competitively. Josh, he can block shots, but it's not the same level. Okay, not the same level of rim protection when Wemby's in there. Obviously, Wemby's a phenomenal blocker. He's a shot blocker specialist. I'm terrible. Calvin, can you make the second one? Get this game to 2? Yes, you can. 2-point game. Jared, what'd you miss? A free throw. How you doing, Jared? How's Wendy doing? Wendy, I believe she's still making burgers. The square burgers, right? Isn't that they're known for? Karis LeVert out in 3-point land. 1-1 down the cell. Starts to drive after the pick and roll into the paint. Throws it up over Barlow. Good. Oh, immersive. If Wemby could add Olajuwon's dream shake, forget about it. Malachi Brown's going to take a 3. Oh my God, that was way off. Yes, Tracy, come on. Feel the noise. We're going to have a foul in San Antonio. Tristan Thompson foul. TSR, you see anything on Spurs rumor? Kobe White? No, they're not going to get rid of him. You don't trade that hair. No way. Malachi and Julian have been in Strugglesville, big time. They need to, you know what? Malachi Branham and Julian Champagny, you can. Until you start playing better. Trade Charlotte's number one. If that's not going to be a first round. That Charlotte first round pick is going to turn into a second round pick. It's lottery protected. No doubt in my mind that Charlotte's going to be a bottom 14 team this year. So that lottery pick is never going to convey. Wemby's not supposed to be on a minutes restriction. I thought that ended last week, Odyssey. Wembin soul block Giannis. That was a great block. There's pictures of that online with Wemby jumping up, blocking Giannis near the end of the fourth quarter in the game the other night. That was a great block. Bob Barker's in the chat. I like Barlow's game. He's developing slowly but surely. He looked great in the summer league and preseason. Really, we don't have any other bigs besides Sandro Mamukelashvili that's healthy. Charles Bassey's out for the year. Zach Collins is out for now. And Sandro is just, the energy's there. The drive is there. But he hasn't really turned that passion into production on the court yet. The block was orgasmic. Wow. I would cut Barlow, Wesley, and Champagny. Cut Wesley. He was a first-round pick in the 2022 draft. You can't give up on him yet. Champagny's under a friendly contract. And Barlow, he's only 20. I'm not cutting any of those guys. All good, Adrian. I think that is a... Well, Danny Green's been on the Spurs before, Carlos. You think he might want to end his career here? We'll see. I doubt it, but you never know. Patty Mills, could he come back for the end of his career? Actually, that is one I would like to see happen. I don't remember. Patty's in Atlanta, right? I think he's barely playing with the Hawks. I'd like to see him finish his career with the Spurs. He'd certainly be a great leader to have on the bench. I mean, right now, if you ask who's the leader of the Spurs, I don't think we have one guy that stands out in particular. You could say Kelvin, you could say Devin. I don't know. I'm going to put a Go Spurs Go up. I put some eye drops in. Thanks, Coyote. We don't need anyone old. Yeah, I don't know about Toby. I want to cut Barlow, but everybody has their opinion of what the Spurs should do to get better. We should trade Charlotte's pick and Toronto's pick to Detroit for their first-round pick in 25 as long as it's not protected. I think they're still going to suck and get another... Detroit's going to suck for, forever. I don't know what's with that organization. I don't know. Mars, good afternoon to you. We have 2 free throws coming up for the Cavaliers, and the first one was no good. Pop always has to have at least one scrub in every rotation. Travis Kelce's out. J Money, did he get to 1,000 receiving yards? Last I knew he was in the 900s, and he has what, an NFL record 6 or 7 years in a row of 1,000 yards or more. Did he hit it this year, or is he just going to miss it? That's going to be a bummer if he didn't. No one cares about the Chiefs. J Money does, Adrian. It is Spurs ball, 4 on the shot clock, telling him to start to drive into the post. Muscles his way in and finally gets a little jumper. The jumper is not going to go. Spurs down by 5. My clock's a little ahead. Let's fix that. Karis LeVert with the ball for the Cavs, starts to drive into the paint and just loses it. Flies out of bounds with the ball. That's a turnover. I don't think Lonzo Ball's coming here. No. This lineup is... Yeah, I'm looking at the lineup now. It's a lineup. 2 minutes remaining. Spurs down by 5. Just keep it here. Keep it around 5. Don't do anything stupid at the end. Kellen flies, spins around the paint, muscles up a layup, no good. Gets the offensive tip, good. And 1? Or is a foul before the shot? I think it's a foul before the shot. His 7 straight seasons of 1,000 yards comes to an end. Damn it! He missed 2 games this year, right, J Money? He missed a game at the start of the season, now this game. Wow, that sucks. Well, he is getting up there, too. He's what? For NFL life, he's what, 33, 34? Had to end eventually. That's still very impressive for a tight end. Kellen's at the line for 2. Makes the first one. 4-point game. Oh, no. Random guys check. Oh, no. Sam Morrill's checking in for the Cavs. Sam Morrill went off against the Spurs in the first half with 18 points. Was really sniping away from three-point land. Yeah, you said Ben Simmons. Is he still? Is he even playing this year? I haven't heard his name at all. Tell them to make some both 3-point game. Just where you want to keep it going into the fourth. Just keep it around 5 or under. 5 or under, Spurs. Keep it right there. Have a good third quarter. Because we don't have many of them. We had a handful of good third quarters this year. Almost a turnover by the Cavs. Nice job by Tristan Thompson getting the ball back. 10 on the shot clock for Cleveland. We get the ball to Sam Morril. Sam Morril misses a 3. I call him Snam. Finally, the dude's missing a shot. Maybe he's cooled off, which the Spurs would really need. Branham with the ball, going to jump into the paint, forces the shot. No good. Barlow with the rebound, out to Leslie, back to Branham, open for 3, takes the 3. Misses a 3. Osman gets the offensive rebound. Nice job by the Spurs, hustling for the offensive rebounds. Hustle, loyalty, and respect, Spurs fans. I don't know. Kelvin with the ball right now, 6 on the shot clock. Kelvin back to Blake Wesley. Wesley's going to drive in the paint. Turns the ball over. Fast break. Karis LeVert. Kelvin back at transition. Going to get the foul. 2 free throws coming up for the Cavs. Both teams in the bonus. Simmons is still injured? Bacano, he's played very little. Did he? Yeah, Ben Simmons is done. Simmons is done. Flexer sits, good afternoon. What is Pop doing? You mean this rotation? Bude, I expected a lot more from Malachi Branham this year. I'm a little disappointed in his season, not going to lie. I think he was also one of those players that looked great in Summer League, looked good in preseason, and then when it came time to produce, not so much. I had somebody ask me on the Twitters yesterday. You want to follow me on the Twitters or messaging me, by the way? TSR Sports 50 or X or whatever it is these days. X-Men, X-People, I don't know. They messaged me like, Josh Primo had a huge game in the G League. What are your thoughts? And I said, who cares? Don't mean a thing until he does something in the NBA, and so far he hasn't done anything in the NBA. These players can go off in the G League all they want. If it doesn't convey into the NBA, it doesn't mean anything. Malcolm Brown with the ball right now for Spurs. Get to the Barlow. Barlow's runner is going to go in and roll out. Cavs ball. Karis LeVert brings it up for Cleveland. They can 2 for 1. Off to Sam Morril. He was thinking about the 3. Kelvin with a nice job getting back on him. Over to Tristan Thompson in the paint. Thompson's going to drive in the paint. No good. And another foul. I don't think so, Jared. I think Pop might be Big Spank. What's going on? I think Pop's going to coach again next year. I think Ben's done anyway. I think he's done. We'll have to look him up. I'll look him up here in between the third and fourth quarter, but I think his career's over. First free throw's good for Tristan Thompson. Back to a 4-point game. Yes, I actually forgot to mention that, Carlos. Cedi Osman playing his old team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I did not bring that up at all today. Cedi against his old team. Cedi was pretty much just a throwaway player in a 3-way trade last season. I don't remember what the trade was, but Cedi came to the Spurs. I believe it was for salary purposes, and he's played, he's been on and off too, like most of our team, but he's played fairly well as a backup. Second free throw is way off. Ooh, that was oogly. That was foogly is what that was. Malcolm Brown with the ball for San Antonio. Over to Barlow. 12 on the shot clock. About an 8-second differential. Calling out the ball in the post. Finds an open Branham. Branham fakes the 3 and then gets it back out to Osman. He'll take the 3. 1-point game. Max Strus with the ball for Cleveland. Over to Sam Morril. And now wide open 3 for Karis LeVert. It's the second time he's done this to us today. He hit a 3-pointer at the end of the first and a 3-pointer at the end of the third. Damn it, Karis LeVert. This is not defense. It's your boy Rico. Adrian, he's done it today. He's hit 2 buskets against us at the end of a quarter, both 3-pointers. I don't think Pop's getting fired either, Odyssey. He would have to step down. That was a good third quarter, though. We outscored the Cavs 28-26. That was a good third quarter for the Spurs. Believe me, our third quarters are usually really bad. That was good. We'll take it. By the way, my friends, if you have not thumbs up, please do so. We're only at 107. We have not had a Spurs stream not get to 150 this year. I'd hope this is not the first one. I know it's a Sunday afternoon, but if you could hit the thumbs up and get us at least to 150, not shooting for any more than that, but we have not had a Spurs live stream have less than 150 thumbs up.
Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out a little basketball reference. We were talking about Ben Simmons. I'm curious how much he has actually played this year. And let me put quarter 4 up because I don't want to forget to do that. I have a habit sometimes forgetting to change the quarter number. All right, Ben Simmons. He is out with a back injury. So he did not play in 2021. Holdout back injury. 2022, last year, or the year before now, last season, he played 42 games. And this year with Brooklyn, he's played 6 games. Wow. 48 games so far in 3 seasons. And the back is problem again. I think he's done. It's too bad, but yeah, it happens. Injuries happen. Nothing you can do about it. Oh, actually, not getting injured. Mr. Z, nobody knows. I think the Spurs are going after Alex Sarr. They can get him. The Spurs are going to either get their point guard either through trade or the draft. I suppose they could try to get a high-profile, top 20 point guard in the league, top 15, and draft Sarr and go with the Eiffel Towers. I just don't know who's going to be available. I mean, I suppose Trey Young is a name I hear a lot. I just don't know if the Hawks are going to want to trade with us again after they gave us so many picks for DeJounte Murray, or they're going to want those trades back and then some. Well, he's going to play in the 4th. Actually, he's checking in. He's on the lineup. Fans paying tickets to see stars, and these coaches bench the stars. Flecker says the NBA is also losing ratings, I think, to the load management stuff. That really hurt the NBA. All the stars taking games off. One of the worst things ever. And the Spurs are guilty of that. They did that with, Timmy late in his career, and now you see it with everybody. And the NBA is really falling behind the NFL. On Christmas Day, if you took the 5 NBA games that played that day, added up all their ratings, multiplied it by 2, it would still be less than the least watched NFL game. Now, granted, there's less games in the NBA or less games in the NFL. Turnover for the Spurs. Karis LeVert, fast break layup, good. And I think the heavy 3-point shooting, the players' load management. And I'll say I'll gloss over this. I think the NBA getting into a little bit of politics at one point recently, turned some fans away. They've definitely made some mistakes. Correctable mistakes, though. But made some mistakes, and the load management fines that they've brought in might be a step in the right direction. That 3-point attempt from the corner is good by Niang. Oh boy, we're down by 9. Pop's calling a timeout. Yes, it's snowing right now, Jared. Or it was snowing, but I'm going to have to go out again and shuffle after this game. So unfortunately, won't be doing my Killing the Rage Against Machine cover today. That being said, probably a good idea to rest my voice anyway. I did some practice on it, edited a couple things, so I am in the process of working on it. I hope to get the song done this week and the video soon too. Giants have a pass rush win rate of 10.5, the lowest in NFL history. Wow. Absolutely. Now I'm starting to understand Wemby, your league. Don't do that. He just iced Wemby, just had a good run in the 3rd. Yes, Greg, NBA viewership is down a little bit. It's gone down, I think, every year over the last decade. I mean, it's a multitude of factors, too. People have more options, but then I can't really make excuses for the NBA because the NFL is still going strong. The average NFL viewership on Christmas Day was 28 million per game. The NBA games, I think, averaged 3 or 4. I don't know what they're doing, your boy Rico. It's not over yet, Phil, but it's now stretched to a 9-point lead. TSR, look at the Patriots and Jets game. Is it like 3-0 still? Oh, Joshua, they're making so much money. Puerto Rico nights are freezing. At night, it's like 73. Carlos, you would not survive in this weather, my friend. You would not. You'd be like, what is this? I'd be like, that's snow. And you'd be like, it's what? I don't like two mangoes. I don't like a lot of things that have happened with the NFL. You can't touch the quarterback anymore. You can't sneeze on the quarterback. And the NBA has the same problem. They've taken away so many tools away from defenses that they're just pushing scoring points, and offense, thinking, yeah, that's just what people want to see. And yeah, people do want to see offense, but not at the expense of people actually watching a game being played, i.e. in the NBA when you have those moments where you see teams just run back and forth, chuck threes. To me, that's not basketball. That's not how you play basketball. That's not how you play good basketball, just running back and forth and just launching a three as soon as you get up there. That's my take. Possibly, Greg? Possibly. Pay more, get less. Carlos, you've never seen snow? That's true, Dan. Rich refs are worse. NFL or NBA, they both have problems. Folks, you can tell that Spurs' future point guard will be a big point guard just based off what the team has done before inserting Trey Jones. A ton of young guards available that fit Victor's timeline. I hope we do get a solid point guard, because that's the one thing. I like Trey, but I think it might be the one big piece we're missing from the starting lineup. As long as Jeremy Sohan continues to develop and turn into what we think he was going to turn into, if he regresses, then we could have a whole power forward too. If they draft Alexander Sarr, is then Jeremy our small forward? Spurs ball, Kellen in the paint. Kellen's jumper off the glass is no good. Chetty Osmo with the offensive board. Back out to Malachi Branham. Over around to Trey Jones for three. Now Trey Jones is hitting threes. My man, where's this been? He's at 2 today. Oh, it just hurts me because the one against the Bucks at the end of the game and a turnover for the Cavs. Jones drives in the paint, throws up the layup. Tough layup, good. Now Trey Jones with 5 points in a row. A 6'8" point guard and a 7-foot power forward. Well, I mean, if the Spurs get a 6'8" point guard and they have Sarr and Wemby plus Sohan and Devin, they're going to be the biggest team in the NBA by far. That ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs. Well, Phil with the $5 super chat. He has to say, Rich, NBA viewership is down because people don't want to watch a 3-point free throw contest every night. Yes. And Osmo with a bucket. Exactly. A 2-point game. Zach, he has to work on his threes. Dragon, if you watch the end of that game, Trey was very hard on himself. You got to be thinking he was working on the threes. You got to. Big difference when Wemby is on the floor. Oh, God, Flecker says it's night and day when Wemby's on the floor. Absolutely night and day when Wemby's on the floor for the Spurs. He's such a difference maker. Hopefully he gets ample minutes in the fourth quarter because we're going to need it. I took off my poncho. My dog is lying under on my bed. Yeah, you're going to have to steal it if we get the win. Jamie Duran, good afternoon to you. Go Spurs, go. I was reading the super chat, Joshua. I didn't see if there was a foul on that or not. I think Jones took it personally, Jorling. I mean, that you could tell how frustrated he was, and he has to know that other teams are daring him to shoot the three. It's visible. When you get the ball at the 3-point line and the defender sees you, half steps and then stops and just looks at you, because I think I saw that in the Grizzlies game. He had the ball behind the arc. His defender was maybe like 6 feet away, did a half flinch, and then was like, go ahead. Let's see what you got. Yeah, nothing. Oh. And he bricked the three. And I am rooting so hard for Trey Jones because I like Trey. Even if he's not our starting point guard in the future, he is a very good backup point guard and a good spot starter. Just the biggest hole in his game, besides his height, which he can't obviously do anything about that, is a 3-point game. I believe his brother was a bad 3-point shooter entering the NBA and has become a capable 3-point shooter. There's no reason to think Trey can't do that with a little bit of practice. We in here talking about practice. Dan, I'm hearing Isaiah Collier and Nikola Topic are good point guards. But is Sarr right now the definitive first overall pick in the draft? John Morant's not coming here, Mercive. No way. And yes, Chetty Osman was a Cleveland Cavalier. That was the last team he played for. I think it'll be the tallest lineup in NBA history. 7'5", 7'1", 6'9", 6'8", 6'5". Yes. We would definitely have the tallest lineup, I got to think. Coming back from the timeout, it's a 2-point game. Somebody said, well, there goes the game. Nope, the Spurs are hanging around. I have heard his name, Rob Dillingham. I have heard that name recently. Practice, Carlos. Allen Iverson. That's right, AI. I liked Iverson, but man, he was such an inefficient shooter. He was a horrible three-point shooter. He had multiple seasons where he shot under 40% from the field for the season. That's right, under 40. Now, granted, his team blew. There was really not much offensively besides him, but still, at least shoot like 44% from the field. That's my one but my one criticism of, say, a Jason Kidd type player. His efficiency was awful. Both great players, very inefficient as shooters. Donovan Mitchell, pull-up jumper, good. Yes, Sarr's a French guy, which is why if they have Sarr and Wemby, it would be the Eiffel Towers. Speaking of which, Wemby right now out on three-point lamp, 14 on the shot clock. Fakes to three, starts to dribble, into the paint. Throws it up off the glass, no good. Sarr's not French? I thought he was. And Mitch with the driving the paint and layup. I have shown the game, but I'll show them to you again, Phil, because you asked. Where is he? There it is.
Sucker!
Counting to start to drive and lose the ball. And it's poked out of bounds. Going to stay Spurs ball. 97-91 with 8:51 to go. And there goes the plow. Sorry, I thought he was French. Thank you. Maybe whoever it was trolling me. I was like, I'm pretty 99% sure I heard Alexander Sarr was French. Why would you guys all say the Eiffel Towers? He wasn't French. Dominic Barlow checked that way. He took Wemby out. Alrighty. Counting went a mile-long three with the clock expiring. Air ball. Why is Wemby coming out? He got a whole 3 minutes and 15 seconds? Seriously? I don't know what to say. Wemby's on the bench rolling. I don't understand why. Donovan Mitchell for three, no good. Fight for the board, and Chetty Osman will chase down the loose ball. Spurs on the run. Osman's going to bring it up the court. Drops it off to Trey Jones. Jones takes off. Back out to Kelvin, and the offense is going to reset. Kelvin starts to drive in the paint. Throws up a very tough shot. In and out. Berger gets his own miss, and then taps it backwards to Max Strus, who's wide open for the fast break, and he's going to throw it down with two hands, and it's an 8-point game. No third quarter collapse for the Spurs, but right now the fourth quarter is not looking good, and they turn the ball over again. Strus for three. Wow. Pot's going to be calling a timeout. Yep. 11 points just like that. 21-13 in 23 minutes for Wemby. Alien Sports Guru, good afternoon. Yeah, what the F is right? Now we're down by 11. Yeah, Bob Barker, Malachi's not having a great year. Toby, I don't know why Wemby came out so fast in the fourth quarter. We clearly need him. Pop's waiting for that moment in the game that will help him sleep well at night. Nice, Boudet. All right, that's a good troll. You know, when I watch the Spurs sometimes, I just feel like this is happening to me. Pat, I don't get the rotations either. And this has got to be one place where Spurs fans got to be pretty united. I know fans say don't criticize Pop, trust the process. But the rotation decisions are his. And I don't get half the things he's doing. Let's go, guys. Barlow's our Hall of Fame guy. Who cares about Wemby? The game's not over, but man, that turned into a double-digit lead fast for the Cavs. Is this the biggest lead of the game for Cleveland? 11? Adrian, if Wemby leaves after his rookie contract, one, that might be the most rage-induced video you'll ever see on this channel. And two, that would be the worst thing that ever happened in the Spurs organization. Worse than the Kawhi trade. Because if you lose a generational player after only 4 years, nobody will ever want to come here, and we'll probably see the team move to Austin. Demasel pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Good. That's the absolute worst-case scenario. I don't see that happening. Strus for three. Oh, boy. Last season we were losing happily, but this season we about losing. Zach, they do seem like tanking. The art of tanking without tanking. Holy plow. Osman for a mile-long three, no good. Nang with the rebound for the Cavs, and the bench for the Cavs has really outplayed our bench tonight. Severely. At least last I checked it was. Yang for three. That's a 15-point game. Phil, that would be awful too. Vassell off-balance jumper, good. And one. I cannot believe we're down this quickly. It's not rocket science, Pop. You bring Wemby in, we make a run, pull him out, immediately we're down. It feels like that. Jorge, what'd you miss? Some weird rotations by the Spurs, and Wemby's not getting minutes. Again, I thought for sure the minutes restriction was off. It feels like it's on right now. Very frustrating for Spurs fans. Oh, they took the basket away. Foul before the basket. It's Spurs ball. Damn it. Sohan with ball right now in the paint. Jeremy stops, spins around, loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to be Spurs ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know why he's out, Pagano. No idea. No idea. I don't... I got nothing. I don't know. The Opinion Sports Show, you're not alone in that opinion. John Luke, good afternoon. We played better in the first half. Nani just took 3 points off the cap. What? What was that? They just lowered the cap score by 3. Sohan's going to take a 3 off the inbound pass. That was a brick. This is frustrating. We were playing so well. Had a good third quarter. Wemby's been having a pretty good game. He's at least a presence out there. And has been riding the bench as much as he's been playing. Vassell for 3. Force a 3, no good. Jared Allen with the rebound. Yes, you do Opinion Sports. So you said, JC Richardson, good afternoon to you. And now Sohan gets run over. Is this going to be a block or a charge? It's a block, I think. Ernesto, some folks are worried about that. Some folks are really worried about that. Is Wemby have 19 minutes tonight? 19? I try so hard to be positive on this channel. I really do. I've actually had people say I'm way too negative. I'm like, I really do try to be optimistic, but I got to be realistic. And some of the stuff that's happening this year just makes you go, Pop is not going to be here in 10 years. Wemby is. Hopefully. He's going to be in the NBA in 10 years. Pop will not be. At least not as a coach. Maybe he'll be in the front. I don't know. Probably not. He's going to be in his mid-80s. But my goodness, I try not to overreact, but there's just a little part of me inside Spurs fans that goes, what are we doing with this kid? Like, we're alienating the alien. Like, I know it's not all about making Wemby happy. The world doesn't revolve around him, but you also don't need to pee him off. And he's obviously frustrated at the losing, but this heavy minutes restriction is mind-boggling, especially now. Dennis South right now for the Spurs, down by 14. Gets over to Kellen. Kellen's going to throw it over to Jeremy, back to Osman, 4 on the shot clock. Man, the Spurs having a tough time getting shots off lately. Osman drives in the paint. He makes a tough shot. Do we play the Pistons next? What's going over with the Spurs? I don't know what's happening, JC. I might have to do a video on it at some point. Jared Allen in the paint. Misses the shot. Gets fouled. Big Spank, that's a concern from some fans. How many fouls, Bob Barker, how many fouls does Wemby have? Winning Rookie of the Year affects your eligibility for Rookie Max? Oh, I did not know that. I honestly didn't know that. I had no idea Rookie of the Year affects your... Wow, so that is huge. That's just not an award. I did not know it affects what your salary. Wemby has 3 fouls. He's finally back in the game. Not like he has an egregious amount of fouls at this point. He's going to play Under 25 minutes. Trey Jones with the ball right now. Out to Devin Vassell. We need a run like now. Not soon, not then. Now. Devin's going to force a three. No good. Glaze and Bacon, we're going to have a worse record than last year. We had twice as many wins at this point in the season than we do now. Jared Allen with a huge dunk in the paint. Yeah, Jorge, I'm totally thrown off. Rookie max requires all defense, all of me. Okay, Dan. Thank you. I didn't know that. Jones drives to the hoop, gets the layup. JHNSB. I think I am just flabbergasted at the rotations tonight. I don't know why Julian Champagne's still starting. That's a turnover for the Cavs. Trey Jones with the ball, bring it up for San Antonio. Let's get a run now. Damn it. Jones runner. No good. We're going to have a whistle. Hooray, back-to-back tank seasons. Richie, they're not helping it. They're not helping it. I mean, not starting a point guard until the Bucks game. I mean, all the analytics and statistics show that Wemby is so much better with Trey Jones on the court. Granted, that hasn't really conveyed lately, for the most part offensively, but much better. And when Trey didn't start until that Bucks game, over 30-plus games into the season. Starting Julian Champagnie, the thought process is surround him with capable shooters. Champagnie is shooting for SHI to the team. The man's had 2 scoreless games in his last 3, I believe, and he has 2 points tonight off 2 free throws. He's not doing anything offensively. He's not a defensive stopper. Why is he still starting? This is an experimental year. Experiment with somebody else. Down Mitchell for 3. No good. Jared Allen with the rebound. And he's going to get the jumper in the paint. That's what Opinion Sports Show. That's been the rotation the last few games. Trey Jones, point guard 1. Blake was a point guard 2. I'm all in on that. Devin's going to drive in the paint. He's going to get fouled. Spurs might be in the bonus here shortly. Man, there's a lot of plows going back and forth. I might be doing some more shuttling after this game. Flat Jones, something needs a change. We'll beat the Nets. Hey, Babe, good afternoon. Tony Hill, I'm on board with that. Like, what's the plan with this team moving forward? Yes, they are, Carlos. If we lose to the Pistons, forget about it, Bacano. Wemby going to fly into the paint, gets blocked by Allen. Jeremy Sohan gets the ball back and throws it down.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Jared Allen just rejected a Wemby dunk, though. Champagnie in the butt. What? Max Strus almost loses the ball, gets it back, drives in the paint. Jared Allen with another dunk, and Jared Allen is having his way with the Spurs today. 14-point game, and we're running out of time for that run I keep asking for. Jones turns the ball. Oh, nope. Devin gets the ball back. Devin's going to launch a quick 3. That was a tough shot. That was nice by Devin. That was really nice. Manuel seems to be a nice guy. Good afternoon to you. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, we're trying to get to 150. We haven't made it yet. No Spurs live stream has not gotten to 150 thumbs up. There's enough people to do it, but I need your help, my friends. If you could hit the thumbs up, really hoping to get to 150. As Karis LeVert gets a layup while I was plugging the channel. Make sure you subscribe too if you're a Spurs fan or just a good person, because we got good people here. Wemby's going to launch a 3. Clay's making, if we lose to the Pistons, wow. Turnover by the Cavs? Yep. If we lose to the Pistons, when do we play Detroit? Do we play Detroit Wednesday? Because Detroit has been more competitive. We've been more competitive, but Detroit's actually been playing fairly well. Their record is not indicative of the play they've had as of late. Next game's Pistons. I have 0 confidence we beat the Pistons. Boy, Jared Allen is fired up on the sideline. Pistons are a P team. Spurs beat all the P teams. There you go, Brian. The Phoenix Suns, the Portland Trailblazers, Detroit Pistons. I think the one anomaly there is what? The Houston Rockets? You know, Ernesto, that's fair. Crazy thing is you can say the same thing as a Pistons follower if we lose to the Spurs. It'd be fun watching Jalen Duren versus Victor Wembanyama. I wanted Jalen Duren in the 2022 draft over Jeremy Sohan. I was hoping Duren. They took Sohan. I had heard or read, not heard, I'd read online the Spurs were leaning towards Jeremy, so I wasn't shocked. But with Jalen Duren still being there, I was like, let's get him. And we didn't. You think we make a trade before the deadline? JR, maybe one. And I think it's going to be one of the vets. It could be an Osman, could be a McDermott, could be a Graham, could be a multitude of them. The problem is those players don't have a lot of trade value. And at most, they're going to get us a second-round pick. We have 1 million second-round picks. The Toilet Bowl is going to be that game. I'll be streaming it. That should be our least watched stream of the year by far. I can't imagine a lot of people are going to be tuning in. Hey, the Spurs are playing the Pistons tonight. Let's check out that game. TSR streaming it. Let's go hang out for that one. I know you guys will be here, but more casual Spurs fans or the Pistons fans probably are not going to care about that one. 117-104. It is Spurs ball. Wemby with the ball right now. Going to start to drive. And he's going to get blocked again. This time, there's a foul on Jared Allen. Opinion Sports Show. No, don't know for sure. That would certainly give us our modern day Twin Towers. Granted, we no guarantee they'll ever turn out as good as Duncan and Robinson, but that would be the closest thing. Spurs Pistons, the place to be. Thank you, Bob Barker. Appreciate that. I try to be fair at the criticisms, and you're not going to please everybody. I do have some fans come at me to say I'm way too negative or that I shouldn't criticize anything. I'm a content creator. I just can't be all lollipops every day. I have to call out things that I see that I don't like or that the fan base is talking about. And I address it. And, sometimes maybe I'll be wrong on my take, but it's all good. In the end, I've said this before, we all want what's best for the Spurs. Whether you think this should happen or I should think that happen, we want to see the team become a winner again. And 5 years in a row losing is not what we're used to as Spurs fans. Strus for a long three, no good. Cavaliers get the ball back. Spurs are in the bonus, 1:50 to go, and still double digits for Cleveland. Strus is open for a corner three again. That's no good as well. Wemby finally gets the rebound. I was going to say, can we rebound this thing? It's only 1.5 to go. Wemby going to take it up the court, and another foul. Looks like Wemby's going to the line again. Jared, I don't know why this game's at 1 o'clock. Can't sugarcoat failure. Now, Mr. Z, how many coaches would have this many losing seasons in a row with 2 record losing streaks and still have a job? Pop has his job for what he did, not what he's doing. I still, though, hope I'm wrong with any criticism of Pop and that this team turns it around and this is just massive growing pains we're not used to as Spurs fans. Are the Cavs booing Wemby? Pop should get on the mic and tell him to stop booing. Don't treat my franchise like that. Single digits. Single digits. Spurs playing a full court press. Cavs easily beat it. Wow, plow going by again. It must be bad out. I think I might be shoveling after this game, my friends. I'm ready to do it. Max Strus with the ball right now. It's going to drive into the paint. Almost loses the ball. Kicks it out to Karis LeVert. 3 on the shot clock. LeVert to Jared Allen. Allen gets rejected in Spurs ball. We are running out of time. Wemby with the ball. Back out to Kelvin for 3. 6-point game. We're running out of time. I feel like every game lately we compete and a timeout by the Cavs, and then we start pushing at the end, but then we run out of time. Rich Babe, that used to be an NBA Finals matchup. Yes, it was a Spurs Pistons way back in the day. Not quite the same teams anymore. John Lue, I would like to see him take less long shots. 6 points. We're still in it. Oh, Wemby blocked down Bassan. Wemby with the huge no. They're competing. They are competing, Carlos. Lately, they've been playing better. Granted, they still have a 5-29 record, but they have been competing at the end of the games. I feel like we're close. And I'm hoping that all this losing the start of the season somehow is doing something that we can't see behind the scenes, and the team turns it around. For those of you that think I'm against Pop, I'll say this about every Spurs player and coach on the team. I may criticize him on the channel. I may say things that maybe you don't like about a certain player or coach. But in the end, I am rooting for every one of the guys on our team. And I am happy to be wrong about anybody or any coach. Believe me, I would be. If I say so-and-so is not starter material and he goes out to turn out to be an all-star, I'm happy. Because if they're playing well, it's good for the team. TSR doesn't care about his take if he was wrong. I could give two you-know-whats. I care about our Spurs. And if any of these guys prove me wrong, not that they care about me, but if they prove us wrong, Pop proves me wrong, whoever proves us wrong, good. Go out there and win 20 games in a row this year, and okay, now we're all of a sudden, playoff contender. All right, 1 minute to go. Cavs ball. Jared Allen in the paint. Throws up over Wemby. No good. It's a 6-point game. And another foul? This foul's on Jared Allen. I think Wemby's going to line again. Isabel, I know I'm trying. I only have so many. Sometimes I just forget to do stuff because I'm like old. I thought I could go the whole game without listening to Kawhi's stupid laugh. Comes in threes. Wemmy's first free throw. Good. It's a 5-point game. Come on. Jamie Durden, any relation to Jalen? So close. We're so close. I'm nervous. I want a win. Because I know I'm going to be out there shoveling. I want something positive to think about as I go outside and freeze my butt off. 54 seconds ago. It's a 4-point game. Spurs are in the bonus. Spurs playing some D. And a foul. No, Jared, it doesn't. There you go. He's going to appreciate it. So, Jamie, probably not related to Jalen Duren. Got it. And that's Mr. Z. And Pop's challenging it. Pop's challenging this play. I think they called a foul on the Spurs. Pop's going to challenge it. Why not? You have it. You haven't used it. Mr. Z, I don't think it's just a one season. It's just you don't want to see your guys struggle. And we had the losing season last year with the 16-game losing streak. Wemby comes in, and I personally didn't expect playoffs for this team this year. I did not expect an 18-game losing streak, and I think that's been the hardest thing is to see these guys just lose night in and night out and night in and night out when at times you feel like they're better than their record. We beat the Phoenix Suns twice. Don't start with they didn't have Bradley Beal. They had Booker and Durant for one game. We still beat that Suns team, and we beat the Lakers. We've competed with some other good teams, but the record just I think we're better than our record, but it's just not clicking yet. And I think the growing pains are just more... I think we're spoiled too. I'll admit I'm spoiled. I became a Spurs fan halfway into David Robin's season, and the Spurs were a winning team at that point. Yes, we had that bad year in 96-97, but we really got Tim Duncan, and the next thing you know, we're a dynasty. And this team's finally having its first in the history of the franchise rough stretch. And then we bring in a talent, and we've seen previous turnarounds, and myself and I'm sure many others probably thought, well, Wemmy's coming here. The team turned around with David, turned around with Timmy. They'll turn around again. It's a totally different situation. This team is extremely young. Wemby did not have 4 years of college like these guys. David came to the team, and they brought in vets to immediately become a playoff contender, like Terry Cummings, for instance. When Duncan came to the league, David Robinson was coming back from injury, so he came back to a Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, scoring champion, being on his roster, and a leader. Wemmy's coming to... I like our guys, but he's not coming into that type of situation. I hope it's not a tease. I hope we win. Yes, Lama, 5 championships is more than some fans get in their whole lifetime. My friend Ken and Jeff are both Jazz fans. Never seen them win a championship. Ever. There's a lot of Cowboys fans that are on this channel. I know a lot of you have not seen the Cowboys win a championship. Their last one was in, January 96 or February 96? Some of you that are younger Cowboys fans have never seen it. I have a lot of Cowboys fans trolling. We're still in a challenge. Cowboys fans trolling. We got 5. We got 5. I'm like, well, how many did you see? 0. I've seen the Giants win 3. I missed 1. I saw the Spurs win all 5, and I've seen the Yankees win. Carlos, did we get 3 in the 90s and 2 in the 2000s? I think I've seen the Yankees win 5. Yeah, these refs are taking forever. No foul in the play. Jump ball. Well, Cash was in 95 season, but the Super Bowl's played in the following year, so I think that Super Bowl's played in early 96. Jump ball. I'll take it, I guess. I mean, they originally called a foul on the Spurs. So I think when they reverse the foul, they can't just give possession to the other team. I think they have to do a jump ball. Edgar, I am actually a little spoiled. I am a little spoiled. I know, but I don't think they give the... It's a clean steal, but I don't... Do they give possession on challenges? Or is it just a jump ball? I thought it was a jump ball. I don't know. I don't know all the NBA rules completely in and out. It was a clean steal, clearly, Joshua, but I don't... They should give us the ball, right? If you took the foul away and call it a steal, I don't know what the hell's going on. So we should get possession. Why don't we have the ball? Damn it. All right, Wemby versus Allen. Wemby lost a tip at the start. Just a tip. Yep, I'm using that joke again. Gets that one. I'm acting like it's an NBA championship. Over to Wemby. Wemby thinks about the 3, pulls it down, drives in the paint. 2 big steps. Layup. Good. Woo! Oh, my goodness. It's a 2-point game. Spurs playing some D again. Get the ball in the Donovan Mitchell. Get up to Karis LeVert. There's 18 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Spurs need to stop, but they got to stop. They have a chance. Cavs ball, 10 on the shot clock. Donovan Mitchell with the ball. Guarded by Devin Vassell. Pull-up jumper. No good. Spurs ball. We can tie. I'm up for overtime today. Gets it into Wemby in the paint. Wemby to Sohan. Sohan back to... Sohan threw it out of bounds. Stewart to Kelvin. Kelvin couldn't get the pass. That's a turnover. Oh my God. Wemby had the ball. Give it to Sohan. Sohan. A bad pass to Kelvin. I don't know if that's on Sohan or Kelvin. Kelvin's not ready for the pass. I thought Dreamer was going to take that shot in the paint. I think it's on both of them. I don't know. Kelvin should have had that. Jeremy maybe shouldn't have made the pass. That is not the time you want to turn over. Spurs called the timeout, or the Cavs call. I don't know. Spurs have a timeout. I am at a loss for words. Adrian, I thought Jeremy was going to dunk that. He was right there at the rim. I thought he was going to go up for a dunk, which I'm shocked he passed that out, which is probably Kelvin was shocked, which I'm stupefied right now. I'm shocked he passed that. I thought he was going to go up and throw that down with 2 hands and tie the game. Ugh. That's how I'm feeling right now. Bunch of the face. We're 9 thumbs up away from 150, by the way. We haven't had a stream not get 150. Could you all get 9 more before the game is over? Would greatly appreciate the 150 thumbs up today. A thumbs up for the foot of snow. I'm going to have to go shovel after this game. Cavs are out of timeout, so they have to get the ball in. Struess looking to get it in. Mitch getting double teamed. He's going to get it to Sam Morrell. And a foul on the Spurs. Bear says, bro, I'm done watching this goofy tooth as MF. Wow. I was shocked. Opinion is for that whole possession. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I was shocked when you passed it. Even more shocked Sohan passed it. I don't know what to say. It is Cavs ball. They still got to get in and bounded. We got a Merrill. And Levert gets blocked. And the Spurs have the ball. Someone with the half-court three. No. We had a timeout. Where do we... That's the game. I don't know if we had time for a timeout. Wemby with a huge block. Sam Merrill gets it, Karis LeVert. Wemby blocks in the paint. Trey Jones gets a loose ball going out of bounds. Sohan with the ball. And then I think we had time to take a timeout. Maybe with 1 second, could have maybe ran a play, like an inbounds alley-oop. Am I missing something? Could we not have called a timeout there? Good game, Cavs fans. Our Spurs were competitive, Spurs fans. I mean, this is what we want. We want to see the team compete. They're getting closer and getting closer. I'm keeping it up, Edgar. I'm keeping it up. 1 possession away. We're getting there. Just still 1 step away. Yeah, they called him out. It wouldn't have been 0.8 on the clock. I'd rather try an alley-oop to Victor with 1 second left on the inbound pass than try a half-court Jeremy Sohan 3. It is what it is. Honestly, let's pull up the final stats for the game. I appreciate y'all hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. This was a good game. Our guys competed. That ending was much like the Milwaukee game. We're getting close, Spurs fans. We're so close. We're getting there. We just better not lose to the Pistons this week. Let's put that in the game stats. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. If there's any Cavs fans in the chat, congratulations. You guys held on. All right, for the San Antonio... Actually, we'll start the Cavaliers. Always start with the away team first. Or not the away team, the opposing team. Wade had 0 in 11 minutes, so not moving the needle there. Okoro, 3. Jared Allen really had a good game against us. 29 points and 16 boards in 31 minutes. Donovan Mitchell, 17 points, and Strus, and 9 assists, and Strus with 8 points. The bench was phenomenal for Cleveland today. Niang with 11, Thompson with 8, Karis LeVert with 23. Man, he really went off in the second half. Merrill had 18 points in the first, did not score in the second half, and Porter with nothing. I keep forgetting he even played. For our Spurs, Julian Champagnie, I don't know why he's still starting. He had 2 points, both on free throws, 0 for 2 from 3, nothing else. 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal in 16 minutes. I don't know why he's starting at this point. He's not giving us anything. Time to back to the bench. Jeremy Sohan with 11 points. I don't know if he got credited with that fourth quarter, that late turnover, or if Keldon did. It's just a bad possession by the Spurs all around. Sohan finished with 11, 5, and 4. Victor Wembanyama, 6 of 13 from the field, but was 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Finished with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 blocks. So pretty solid game for Wemby. Trey Jones, 18 points on a very efficient 7 of 8 shooting. Damaso with 22 points and 3 steals. Off the bench, Barlow with 6 and 6 boards. Teddy Osman with 9 against his former team. Keldon, an inefficient game, unfortunately. 6 of 16. He was not credited with that turnover. It says he had 0 turnovers for the game. So that was on Sohan. Keldon did finish with 18 points. Malachi Branham, not good today. 1 of 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, 2 points. And Wesley finished with 3 points off the bench. I don't think he played much, if any, in the second half. The Spurs finally had a good third quarter again. 28 points to 26. Actually, we outscored them in the second half. 59 to 55. The Spurs had a good second half, just couldn't quite finish it. And will fall to 5 and 30. 5 and 30. When do we play again? Play Detroit, right? Detroit Pistons at 7 p.m. So another early game in Detroit. We'll be live here for that. We'll be live for probably every game for the rest of the season except for the Kings on February 22nd. You say, why the Kings on February 22nd, TSR? Well, the Spurs have a back-to-back that week. They have the 22nd and 23rd, Thursday and Friday, 10 o'clock against the Kings, and then Friday night, 10:30 against the Lakers. I'm not doing both games, especially when I do those late games. It's tough work the next day, so I'll take the Kings game off. The Lakers game's on the weekend, so it doesn't matter. And should be calling every game moving forward. I think we're going to start putting some wins together. We're getting close. We're getting so much closer. Bonjour, everyone. Drop your thumb up and go for TSR if you're not done it yet. Thank you, Isabel. Sebastian, goodbye to you. The runs by the Cavs did hurt, but we're close. We're so close. Can we win 20? Manuel, at this time, we're on pace to win, what? That's 35 games into the season. We're on pace to win about 11, maybe 12. The team is getting better. The scores are getting closer. We're not getting blown up by 30 or 40 more. So if they can start putting together some wins, maybe. I don't want to see them lose. I don't want to see them have less than 20 wins because then they would tie the worst record of all time by the Spurs. The 96-97 Spurs were 20-62. I don't want that label attached to this team, worst Spurs team of all time. But right now, we're not on pace to get 20, nowhere near 20 wins. So they're going to have to play much better basketball this year as in 2024. Well, I mean, a really ton of Spurs. Spurs only have 2 more nationally televised games. Good day, Boudet. That's all I got. Yes, 9-73 is the worst record in the NBA. I think we'll be better than that. And yes, Cleveland's a good team. Milwaukee's a good team. And we came very close to both. So we're getting better. It's just going to take a little more time before I think we start getting some wins. Not a lot of time. Maybe we can beat Detroit and get our 6th win Wednesday. So that's all I got, my friends. My voice is getting hoarse, and I got a lot of shoveling to do. So if you get the thumbs up, if you haven't done so, please do so on the way out. Until then, on behalf of me, Selena Gomez, Grogu, and Baby Coyote, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild? I was just saying when the snow falls down on you because it's falling out there. When we run wild on you. Thank you as always. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and go Spurs go.